say?
Consumerism is the gamers. Consumerism is awful, Nathan.
Yeah.
And we should never engage in it.
Yeah, you're right.
There should be no time in our life that we are ever excited for a piece of product or that we do not know what the final product looks like.
Yeah, especially if, like, say, we would talk about, say, like, targeted advertisements for said product before said product is even available, and then, like, talk about the quality that we expect that product to be as some sort of, like, early but also free advertisement for that product.
Also, here's the other crazy thing that you should never do.
What?
Is sit there at multiple different odd times of the week and watch not just that one product, at least dozens of products be jammed in your fat fucking face.
And then judge the companies who make them for whether or not you expect that product to be good or bad based on the advertisement you were
based off of that 5-second gameplay that you saw.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Advertisement.
This is about video games.
Yeah, so in case you tuned in, which a lot of you did.
You changed the opening bit.
Yep. I did, because I was like, that's less fun. We can do both.
We'll just throw the other one in news, the opening bit. Oh, fuck, I wish I read that, because then I would have... Also, you know... Because that's, you know... Let's run it back.
Well, like, yeah, we all consume, or consuming is wrong.
Consuming is the right thing to do.
No. It's wrong.
No, it's the right thing to do, except for when you are consuming something that makes someone else happy.
Yeah, well, yeah, consumerism's wrong, and that includes when you consume that cat, baby. Because heroes don't do that.
Heroes don't do that.
Heroes don't do that.
Oh, man. What a bad way for that to come out as well.
So, guys, in case you're unawares, first of all, welcome to the Media Old Podcast. This is a weekly podcast in which me and Ian talk about news and video games and comic books and television.
Whether or not Batman eats puss.
Anyway, our favorite show that we always love to shill, even though we're not paid to do it, is Harley Quinn, the animated series. It's getting a season 3 coming soon. And in a recent interview with the show's creators, they said that they had to have a conversation with an executive at Warner Brothers because they had a scene in their comedy show in which Batman goes down on, aka performs cunnilingus on, Catwoman.
Yeah, because I guess they're going to be together, which is, you know, if we're already getting the perfect romantic relationship in season 3 of Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, let's get the second best DC romantic team.
But I don't think Nightwing and Barbara Gordon are going to be. I was also thinking of saying Green Arrow and Black Canary. Oh, that's good too. But also, yeah, Batman and Catwoman.
One of the top tiers.
Yeah, it's one of the good ones.
It's an A to S tier relationship.
Yeah. I would say it's in the A tier. It's not quite Nightwing or his 2 great wives.
Yeah. His multiple bitches.
He has 2 women who everybody's like, yeah, I like that relationship.
Like at the same time.
Yeah.
Like usually it's like
Nightwing and Starfire. Yeah, hello.
Well, Starfire, my Teen Titans heart.
Yeah,
is like Starfire.
Well, including in comics, they got married.
Yeah, but then also I saw what they did to both to Starfire, and I was like, oh man, sucks that they did that to you.
Yeah,
but now you're a shittier character.
Oh, you mean when in the New 52
when they made her just a pure like sex fiend?
Yeah, like she was always like a little bit more sexual in the comics.
Well, she was a little more open and free, but she didn't blatantly say to Red Hood and said
she wasn't like, Red Hood and Arsenal, you guys have different sized penises.
You can double team me because that is like a Tamaranian greeting.
That's a Tamaranian handshake. Is a fucking devil's threesome.
Yeah, and then it's only devil's threesome if you're super straight. All right. But then like later on in this, I don't know. It could have been Blackfire. It could have been some other Tamaranian comes in and meets Red Hood and Arsenal, and they're like, oh, "I don't want to fuck you to say hi," and they're like, "What?
That's not even a thing.
About? We don't do that."
She's just a slut.
And then it just goes into this backstory where she was supposed to be the princess. She was sold into slavery. She was raped a bunch, and then justified it as her being just like a free sexual character. Because women can't just
women
sex.
Women who get raped tend to love sex. That's a thing that they really like to do is have sex with people. That's a thing we all know about women who get raped.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Anyways,
that's probably not a thing we should
I'm not going to read the whole fake DC official statement that they put out.
It's just heroes don't do that, is what he said.
No. But then someone made a meme version of the DC. Oh yeah, okay. The executive at Warner Bros. Animation said heroes don't do that. Yeah. And no one let him elaborate. He didn't try to elaborate.
Okay. Can we do the jokes first, and then I can say the elaboration, because there is an okay. I wouldn't agree with this elaboration, but there is one.
From fake DC, the official statement, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but at the end it says, to confirm, Batman TM would lick it now, lick it good, lick that pussy like he should.
Yeah, so my thing is like, come on, what do you mean Batman doesn't eat pussy? Look at his mask.
You know what's funny?
It's got handles.
You know what's
funny?
It's
got handles, Ian.
Do you know what's funny?
What?
Trevor Noah made the same joke.
Yeah, I mean, everybody made the same joke.
Okay. Oh, with the handles, I didn't think about that part.
Yeah, she can fucking grab the bat ears and just fucking...
Yeah, I saw fucking some other post that was like a justification for why Batman would give that tornado sloppy toppy.
Because he needs to be the best at everything.
Yeah, absolutely. You think Batman
but on the other hand, on the defense squad, if you heard that a famous, say, 30 to 40 something billionaire white guy, straight, who's never really had a long-term relationship in his life, didn't eat pussy, like refused to, you would also buy that.
And yes,
that's my thing. Is
wait, actually, yeah, absolutely. Right? Elon Musk.
Yeah,
I am the alpha now.
Yeah,
Elon Musk absolutely is like a receiver and does not give.
Yeah, I don't think
even on Grimes' birthday, he's like, not happening.
I think Elon Musk. I think Elon Musk will clumsily finger you and then just put the dick in.
Oh no, he'll do like one finger and he'll like get just in there. Mm-hmm. That's it. Like won't even go in. He'll be like in the labia. That's it.
He's like he doesn't know where the clit is.
Obviously, he's a man. Yeah. he's a man over 30.
Yeah, you're right. But
like, I'm not saying all 30-year-old men, but I feel like the younger you are now.
Well, he's like over 50. You can drop the over 50.
Is he 50?
Yeah, I think
he was in his 40s still.
Maybe, but
okay.
There's lots of great people in their 30s. Oh. I think Michael B. Jordan's in his 30s. So like, you know, he knows where the clit is.
He's over 39.
Yes.
You know what? Okay, but we're also using specific examples. I'm making a blanket statement that if you're over 39, aka you were raised in the 90s, like properly the 90s, born in the 80s, raised in the 90s. Yeah. True 90s kids.
Yeah.
You don't know where the clitoris is. Because you've also been hearing jokes about it your whole fucking life and think it's not important.
Yeah.
Like fucking, or even, let's get even worse, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. The part when Jay yells something about the female orgasm and Will Ferrell goes like, that doesn't exist.
That's a great joke.
Yeah. That whole movie is so good but so bad at the same time.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I'm the commander of the clit.
Yeah. So from at Amy is trying on Twitter. Amy is _trying. Mm-hmm. It's a good joke, so I got to give her credit.
Of course. Of
course, billionaire Batman rejects the only ethical consumption under capitalism.
Boom, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, like, you could also, I would also love to see them do a bit in Harley Quinn season 3 of him refusing to, because that's also fun.
Yeah, but I just don't think that version of Batman seems like pretty chill.
No, he's like a dick.
They're all dicks, though.
But he's like a real asshole.
I just think
that show likes talking shit on Batman.
Yeah, but also that's because you're watching the show from the perspective of Batman's villains.
Because he fucks Bat.
But then even Batman, does kind things for other, or like he lets Harley sees the Bat Cave, and she says, "Is this where you fuck the bats?" And he goes like, you abandoned, and it has like a fucking therapy session with her about how she abandoned her friends to go hang out with her old boyfriend.
Yep.
Batman's not an asshole. It's that we're only seeing him when he's dealing with the people, or when he's awkwardly dealing with Damian.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I made you your favorite. Alfred made it. I made him make it.
Yeah, the way he says it, he's like, "I'm trying."
I made him.
But then when he's like, I was into my 20s before I had my first nemesis, and Damien's like, "Say it ain't so, Dad." And he's like, "It's true." Like having a nice father to father, which would be the sex, like the sex talk,
but for having a villain.
But then Damien says, he's like 12.
Yeah.
Like, can I start having sex now? And he's like, "Gotta go." Boom.
Yeah.
But also think about it in the canon of the show.
Yeah.
He's only been a father for like a year. Because Damien is a tube-grown baby all the time, right?
No.
Oh. When was he a tube-grown? Was that
New
just
52.
New 52?
Yeah,
Just New 52?
because in New 52 everything happened in 5 years. But pre New 52 he was a 12-year-old boy.
Do you think there's going to be another big time skip in Justice League soon? Or sorry, in Young Justice?
I don't know.
Because remember, there's the part where, I think it's in the 3rd season, where someone goes to attack Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
And then whatever.
Oh, there's Jason there.
Yeah, Jason Todd is there. AKA the Red Hood's going to show up soon. And he's like, I kind of remember. But then Talia walks out with the baby.
And that's Damien.
It's Damien.
Yes, yeah.
So do you think they're going to do a time skip and then be like, oh, they're all older and now Damien is the new Robin?
I think they could do that, but that would have to be like a 10-year time skip.
Yeah, they also have way too much going on.
Yeah,
in
like
the show.
there's still stuff set up clearly for season 4.
Yeah.
So like I don't think they could do a 10-year.
What if they did like what if this for the beginning of season 4?
They deal with the recent stuff and then halfway through season 4 they do a big time skip.
I was going to say 2 to 5 year time skip. Mm-hmm. And then in the middle of season 4 we get and then it says 10 years and now Damien is there. And anyways, Zack Snyder commissioned art of Batman.
That was so
eating
funny.
pussy.
Is that commissioned? He just posted it. And then and then there's a great tweet of somebody at Zack Snyder. How long have you had this on your phone? You are now blocked by Zack Snyder.
Yeah, okay. Either he commissioned it, because I don't know, I didn't do the research of it at all. I didn't research.
Yeah.
So either he commissioned it, or he just really liked the image of Batman doing a Western version of the Ahegao. Well, no, she's got like her eyes rolling back in her head and her mouth's a bit open. Yeah. Which is just she's
doing cummies.
Yeah, it's the normal version of the trend in Japan that TikTok girls love too much. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Anyways, what did DC's official actual real statement be?
So in the article, there is a little bit more information, and it was we can't sell toys if Batman's eating pussy, which I don't agree with.
I don't agree with that at all. I
think you could sell more toys. You could sell sex toys.
Yeah.
I think that there is a market for Batman sex toys.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you know who would buy one?
Everybody.
Alana Pierce, for sure.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. She might have a custom made one. I'm not going to talk about that.
You could get a...
That's uncomfortable. She's a professional woman.
Yeah. You could get a Batman flesh jack, which is the male mouth / butthole fleshlight.
Yeah, but that's nothing for chicks. Well, some chicks.
I mean, most women aren't going to use a fleshlight.
Actually, none of them will.
Yeah.
Because I found out this is the bullshit part of being trans.
Oh, yeah? The dick don't keep working?
Your dick stops working once you start to see titty when you're on HRT, your dick stops working.
Damn.
Like, fully. Like, there's this YouTube content creator I follow, and she's been on HRT for, like, the last year.
Yeah.
And very open about it.
Yeah.
She does a podcast. She talked about they were talking about kids one time, which is weird because they're like 23 to 25.
Yeah.
I'm like, guys, come on, relax. But it's a topic you got to bring up for someone who's going through that. And she was like, oh, I thought about it, but then the time I actually thought about it, I couldn't do it anymore because I was shooting blanks and I can't get hard anymore. And I'm like, God damn. So, but if a dude who is transitioned, aka is now a dude.
Oh, somebody like a trans man?
Yeah, they have a vagina. The vagina still works.
Yeah.
If they are a trans man and they're gay, they have 2 holes now. 3 mouth.
Yeah.
Like, they have the advantage. If they're a bottom, oh my god.
Yeah. But I mean, like, then you're dealing with
then you have to also
boy pussy situation. You're like, how does that make you feel type deal.
Also, there's still the risk of getting pregnant even after that.
Yeah, and that will fuck your body up.
Yeah.
If you're on HRT. Mm-hmm. Is what I've heard.
Yeah, anyway.
Like some people have to detransition if they get pregnant.
So you then just go back after.
Yeah.
Well, like especially if you haven't had like any surgeries, then you can just go straight in. And also, like, you don't need to breastfeed. It's not real.
That's true.
Well,
also nobody should.
It's real, but it's like we're so far into the medical field.
Ian, did your mom not breastfeed you? Is that why you're the way you are?
I have no idea. I don't ask that question. All I know is that I was a C-section, and I do not ask questions.
Oh, I know I was a C-section. It's because I was trying to come out breech.
My head was fucking huge.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, everyone in my family's head is
I was
huge.
trying to come out feet first, because that just fucking makes sense, dude. Come on, think about it.
But with the way your body is positioned inside, that does not make sense. How it
No, but it
happened.
like makes sense if you're like in
But
there.
also,
You're like, yeah, well let's try to see how we're getting out here.
Remember this: you're an only child.
Yeah.
I'm the fourth.
Yeah.
So and I was the second C-section. She likes to sometimes be like, "You're the." I'm like, "I don't know you shit." And she's like, "This scar," and I'm like, "I've done enough housework." Or,
then you just flash any scar you have, and you'd be like, "This scar was your
you
fault."
You raised me like shit.
Yeah.
All right. Are we ready to be consumers now?
Sure. We're whores for the video game industry.
Yeah, specifically our favorite video game company, the one that has no controversies.
Sexbox.
No.
Oh wait, there was one before Sexbox.
There was a couple. We only doing this is about E3. We're only doing major ones.
So
Did you look at it since I edited the whole thing?
Of course I have.
Yeah, because
we're going to talk about Ubisoft.
We're just going to talk
for
about
5 seconds because fuck Ubisoft.
No, because
A, they make bad games, and B, more importantly, they're a terrible place
that
has not fixed any of their problems.
They haven't done anything. They're not owning up to it. Riders Republic looks really cool. It wasn't the cringiest show ever because we didn't have shitty celebrity hosts and an actual Just Dance thing that invaded everyone's
They should have done Just Dance thing because that's like the only thing Ubisoft
but instead
has that's worth watching.
They just gave like a voice to a queer artist. So
that's cool, I guess.
Did you not watch it?
I didn't watch it. No.
Oh, okay.
It's fucking Ubisoft, dude.
The whole thing for the Ubisoft thing was they were like, here's Just Dance 2022, here's the songs, and then they showed songs from the late 2000s.
That's funny.
And I was like, these are not new. These have been in all of your games. But then they did like this whole thing about the artist they're working for is some relative unknown, but it's like a queer POC person.
Yep.
So kind of cool, but still also you have giant pieces of shit working at your company.
Mm-hmm.
They showed off a game called Riders Republic.
That's the biking one, right?
It's like biking's. It's like, you remember Steep?
Oh yeah, for
that piece
biking.
Of shit. It's like, no, but it's everything. There's biking. There's like weird weird fucking jetpack races and shit.
Steep should have been a better game than it
should have, but they just went like a bit. They didn't go fun enough. This game looks like it's trying to go more fun. It looks like The Crew, but with extreme sports.
Oh.
Extreme downhill sports.
Okay, here's my thing. Do they still have Red Octane? The Trials guys?
Yes, there's a new Trials game.
Is there a new one?
Yeah. It wasn't that. They didn't show much. There's like not worth talking about.
Because Trials is good. That's like one of the best things Ubisoft has.
Yeah.
Oh, and they got Mario plus Rabbids.
They showed off a new trailer for Far Cry 6.
Does it look just okay, like most of the rest of them?
Yes.
Okay.
Except Giancarlo Esposito's there.
Yeah, we already knew that.
Yeah, but like
he's great. Don't get me wrong.
But it was the standard Far Cry trailer. I was the only one being super negative about it because I bought Far Cry 4 and I bought Far Cry 5.
I bought 5. I skipped 4, and I didn't care for 5.
4 sucks. 5 I thought was interesting. But so you know how it's like, oh, go to one of the 3 random ones.
Yeah.
I went to the dude at the farm first or whatever.
Yeah.
The younger brother.
Yeah.
Not the military and not the fake sister.
Yeah.
The younger brother, you might have quit out here. He has the most interesting area because he is the actual decent secondary like villain. Mm-hmm. The sister is like, I've been doing all these horrible things. Oh no, you're about to kill me. I feel like I'm the one who's threatened for my life, and I'm like, I'm still gonna kill you. And then I was like, I don't want to go to the brother. I went to
the other person.
It's just,
I went to the one that's like in a thing, and he was just like, whatever. I didn't care. And then they said something about like, look who's president now. We're liberal cult. And I'm like, that's stupid. That doesn't make any sense with your fucking values.
Also, I didn't want to go up to the I think he went to the brother.
Yeah.
The older brother who lives in the mountains.
Yeah, maybe.
Because he's like an ex-military guy, and I was like, I'm gonna go to there, and he's gonna say some shit about I'm so fucked up because the military made me this way. And I'm like, no,
it's not even
you're
that.
super fucked up because you're fucked up.
But it's not even that. That's the thing that made me put the game down. we're not trying to make a statement.
Yeah, that's all of their games.
That's all their games. But like, the thing that I hated was like, it makes no fucking sense why this cult in Montana would be anti-Trump when they are all like pro-gun, and pro-fucking
prior to
cult shit.
When the game was first in development,
they were a right-wing cult, and then they changed it.
Yeah, and then they put like throw some black people in there, throw some Latinos. But yeah, that they did the standard thing where it's like, whoa, they're escaping. It's a dark room. Oh no, Giancarlo Esposito is here. What's he gonna do? I don't know. A monologue for 5 minutes, and then
you have him,
and then massacre everyone, just like every fucking Far Cry villain does.
At least we're using more interesting actors.
And here's the thing,
because it was Troy Baker in 4, and it was some fucking guy in 5. Who cares?
Yeah, Troy Baker. What Pagan Min is? Troy Baker did really well. That game still sucks.
Right, but like, even though Voss dies 2/3 into 3, like he's a compelling character, and they got that guy, that French Canadian Hispanic guy.
Yeah,
I forget his name. It's Michael something. He was in Orphan Black. He's Scorpion in Spider-Man: Homecoming. He's great.
You want to hear something really shitty though that they're doing?
What?
So Far Cry 6 is not out yet. I don't remember when it's coming out. Honestly, don't care.
There's a DLC pack to play as the other villains in multiplayer.
Yes. No, it's not multiplayer. It's its own story DLC.
Oh.
That's the thing. They announced their season pass before the game's even out.
That's stupid.
Obviously, we know season pass are in every game, but to show me that you are actively working on content at the same time as developing the main game, I fucking hate you. This is the thing. This is the reason why EA was voted worst company in America in like 2012.
Yeah,
because it came
dumb.
out straight up that they were finishing games and then starting to do the DLC.
Yeah, it's dumb to do. Like, I get small DLC shit you work on before, but like
pre-order content.
Yeah,
like every Assassin's Creed game launches with like pre-order the game and you get a free like quest chain.
Announce the season pass like a month before release.
Or you don't. Honestly, at this point, don't even have to. We all know it's going to be there.
Right, but you have to say what you're going to get. So that's why I say, like, put some shit out saying, okay, so we're working on this stuff, buy the season pass, and these things will all come out by 2022.
Yeah, announce the title, announce the season pass, and announce the first piece of DLC you get with the season pass, and like then just before show release. Concept art. That's it.
Yeah.
But let's move on.
Let's move on, because Ubisoft doesn't deserve our time. Yeah. So let's move on to Bethesda. So first off, Ian has a point here. Bethesda taking off the show wasn't really worth it. Yeah, I agree. Now, Ian saw, I guess, the trailer for Starfield. I started watching right after Starfield trailer.
Okay, so the Starfield trailer is a pure cinematic teaser. I know, but also the game. But here's the thing.
Yep.
In the teaser, they show a bunch of world stuff. It looks like a very boring sci-fi game, as they always are. It's like not late future enough. Like it's like, oh, we can travel around the fucking our solar system and even beyond. But everything still looks like NASA currently.
Okay.
But they showed that like while the ship was priming up, ready to take off, it pans over to like a dial or whatever. Some like shit looks like the bars for an alarm clock, and they said 11/11/22.
Yeah.
And that was the release date.
Okay.
I just think that's a cool way of doing it.
That's cool.
And also straight up giving a release date with no hint of gameplay, and Todd Howard fucking loves that date. It's gonna happen. That's the 11th anniversary of Skyrim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully this turns out good or whatever. But it's an Xbox exclusive, but also it's on PC. But so that means I'll never play it unless I buy a Series X. Because my PC is not fancy enough to play new games anymore.
I'll never play it because Bethesda games do not impress me.
I like space, but this one's going to be on a new
I like space, but I like space like to the point of like we've been in space.
I like lots of different space. What the fuck? That light has been out for 2 days.
Yeah, so for people not watching, there's a light in the background.
Oh yeah, you can barely see it. Yeah.
Well, they would see that the change of light in the background. Yeah. No one came downstairs. There's just a busted ass light that just decided to turn back on.
Yeah, I thought the fucking light bulb was dead, and I was like, I gotta buy new fucking light bulbs.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's funny. What I was gonna say as a blatant advertisement that I'm not getting paid for at all, but I just love the series that I'm gonna make this. If you're interested in Yakuza, get Game Pass or Game Pass for PC or both or whatever, because all of them except Judgment are on there, including 7 Like a Dragon on both PC and Xbox the console. Now is the best fucking time. It's like
console.
It's like $13 fucking a month,
Less.
and you can. It's less than $13 fucking a month, and you can get every Yakuza game and play through all of them. That's like fucking 8 trillion
Especially
hours
if
of
you
content.
have the time off and no other games to play.
Yeah.
Like, the Yakuza is a time suck. And also, PSA.
Yeah. 3 through 5 are less nice than...
They look less nice. 4 is great. 5 is awesome.
Yep,
3
3
is dog
kinda
shit. Play through the
sucks
main
ass.
story. Blaze through.
Yeah. So some people, 3 is their favorite, and you're allowed to have that opinion.
Well, remember, 6 is just a better 3, and 6 is also not a great game. I'm not. I don't want to say bad.
No, yeah.
Because 3 is the only one I would say is bad.
Yeah, like personally. Obviously,
Because
again, if you love 3, go ahead and love it.
The villain is fucking boring. The whole story with all the villains sucks.
Yeah, and it's just a bit too unbelievable compared to the other games.
The shit. Where are you from, Onomichi?
No,
that's 6.
That's 6. You're in Okinawa.
Yeah, the shit in Okinawa is boring.
Yeah.
It's just like...
I like the orphanage stuff. That's cute.
It's cute, and I'm bummed out in 6 how you come back to the orphanage and all the kids I helped raise in 3 and 4 are now like almost full adults, and some of them are like, yeah, we got jobs to support the orphanage, and then you leave.
Yep.
I don't get to go see Taichi, my boy, and the other kid, the black kid, where there's blatant racism in Yakuza 3.
Yeah, that's funny.
I just don't want to date a black guy, okay?
Yeah.
Also, these children are children.
Yeah.
And they live in the same house. Arguably, it is not biological incest, but on a level...
Well,
it could
in
be
an
incestuous.
orphanage is not the same as in a foster home. You're not even legally siblings.
I
at
guess,
that
and we don't
point.
know how long they've been in that orphanage and how long...
Well,
they've
like
actually
he's
known
only
each
been
other.
gone. Yakuza 3 starts in 2007.
But the kids were there prior to Kiryu being there.
No, because I thought Kiryu opened the orphanage.
No, there was another... It was an orphanage that Sunflower, the orphanage he grew up, had ties with, and then the caretaker of that orphanage got too old and had to retire. So they were looking for someone to take over, and Kiryu, since he himself is an orphan, went down to run it. All right, anyways, that's enough Yakuza shilling.
Yep. So, I loved the Outer Worlds 2 trailer.
I did not.
I thought it was funny.
I think it's them being too self-aware.
I thought it was too funny because like there are similar trailers in
There
the
was like a
fucking
trailer
conference.
right after that.
An
played
almost
exactly the same.
identical one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
This is like one of the things where I'm like, if this turns out to look pretty good, I really like the first Outer Worlds.
I like the first area in the Outer Worlds.
I like the full game quite a bit. It's the only game of that like Bethesda RPG type that I've ever liked.
Well, because
a lot. Partly because it's like 20 hours long,
but also it's
so it doesn't
made
get old.
by
Yeah.
Obsidian, who have made the best Fallout games.
Yeah, but I didn't really like New Vegas.
Yeah,
like
that's
I played like a bunch of it, I don't know, 5-10 hours of it, and I just like it never really stuck.
Yeah.
But I think Outer Worlds is like they've removed all the things about it that can be clunky, and I don't care for the gameplay in those games, like the shooting or whatever. So like you take all the clunk out, sure, it's like super easy, like dumb, stupid easy.
Yeah.
But like it was fine, and then it's like 20 hours long, so it's not like a million hours, and I like got to see pretty much everything in the game.
Yeah.
So it
I
felt
just
like
thought
good.
that like the whole game, I was just very bored, like with all the combat and stuff. But like the first area with Pavarti and like the people you meet, I'm like amazing.
A lot of the characters are great. I like the story.
I like pretty much every one of your companions.
Yeah.
Like the first area where like the fucking part, the lady when she talks about the suicide.
Yeah.
And she's like, I was the closest living relative, and there's like,
It's
oh,
like,
that
what?
must be hard for you. What? He's not related to me. What do you mean? Oh, closest living relative means closest person
living
in the relative vicinity.
relatively to
Yeah. And that was really funny.
Yeah.
And the only time I ever got that feeling again was when you take that cool captain lady back to, because she's actually rich.
Yeah.
But she faked
back
her
to
own
her
death.
parents.
Or no, she didn't fake her own death. She ran away back to her parents, and then her parents are like, "Oh,
We
it'd
said
be
you were
better.
dead.
We claimed the insurance on your life, so we don't want to get dinged for insurance fraud, so I think it's better if you
stay gone
dead.
forever.
Yeah, and then I went and turned them in.
Yeah. Oh, I just got the payout. I made them pay her and us.
I didn't do that. I should have done that.
That's what I did. Redfall. So that's a new game from the Dishonored devs.
Yeah.
And that is a a co-op.
It's Left 4 Dead.
It's Left 4 Dead with characters.
It's
and
Left
story.
but Back 4 Blood also has that. Characters with character abilities, but it's supernatural.
Mm-hmm. And it's vampires.
And it's vampires.
Yeah.
It looks a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
It looks like they're going to try and have you play. It doesn't seem like they want to fucking be like, you're weak and you're getting destroyed. It feels like you are weak, but you have the tools to deal with every situation.
And just in case you were wondering, that brown man in the trailer is not Rahul Kohli. Everybody was tweeting at him.
Really?
So funny.
I didn't see those.
Yeah, everybody was tweeting at him like, is this you? Is this you?
Yeah.
He's like, no, but it looks cool.
Yeah, so Back 4 Blood, the interest is still kind of there.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's a full-priced game,
yeah,
it kills it for me. Because I don't even think Left 4 Dead came out as a full-price game.
They did, but full-price games cost more now.
No, I literally think when Left 4 Dead 2 came out on PC, it was only $49.99.
Oh, on PC. I don't. Probably on PC it was cheaper, but I remember on 360 it was full price.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just not, and it's the price that literally is what gets me.
Yeah.
They also just showed off, not at this show, but whatever. I didn't write it down. They had their own showcase where they were like, "Here's the PvP game mode." And wow, that looks like it's Left 4 Dead. That's cool.
Oh, no, that was a different game.
No, it was Back 4 Blood.
Oh, for Back 4
That's
Blood.
what I said, yeah.
That was Back 4... Oh, yeah. Back 4 Blood looks cool. I just need them to announce crossplay because I know you're going to get it on PC.
Oh, yeah. If they announce crossplay... Well, if I'm going to get it, I'm going to get it on PC.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
It's also I need to have actual friends show interest because I'm not going to buy a 4-player co-op game and then play online with randoms. Stevie and Gavin liked it when we played the beta. And there's an open beta coming
Chris
soon.
Did too, right? Or did Chris not play it?
I think he played once and then was just like, I don't get this. And I'm like, how do you not get it?
Yeah.
I know Blake will probably be down.
Yeah.
And there's people Blake plays with that do, they gather 8 people together and play Left 4 Dead versus mode against each other.
Already, okay. Yeah, so if there's crossplay with people with PC, I'll happily get it for my PS5 and then play it with you guys, because I'd love that. But they haven't announced that yet, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing keeping me from the pre-order, because I'm not buying the fucking PS5 version, and I can't play it with anybody. That's stupid for full price. 12 minutes they showed again. I'm still hyped for this game, but yeah, the hype is dying down because I think it's one of those things where they announced it too early.
And especially since, with the way the game looks,
yeah,
it looks like it shouldn't take that long to develop. It's
right.
12. It's a game about replaying the same 12-minute segment over and over again in one room.
The script is apparently really long, and there's lots of shit that can be done in it.
Yeah,
because it's fully open. And again, they just got. They've got James McAvoy as the main character. They've got Daisy Ridley as the secondary, and then the cop guy is Willem Dafoe.
Here's the thing.
Yeah,
I understand that sometimes you want star power in your games, but voice actors deserve more recognition.
That too.
And also sometimes I didn't think it sounded fine in the trailer.
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe is a very good actor at anything he's in.
Willem Dafoe's perfect. Yeah.
But James McAvoy and Daisy Ridley,
they're doing American accents, so you can't even tell it's them.
Oh! Yeah. Why? It doesn't matter where the game is.
Yeah. English people live in America.
Yeah.
Look at James McAvoy and Daisy Ridley.
Look at their shitty fucking house they live in. Yeah. Maybe they're fresh immigrants to New York.
Yeah. They showed off a lot of Stalker 2 again, which
there was game looks great. So many. I wrote this later on, but I'm bringing it up now.
I think that was just also Stalker 2.
No, there was a game called Chernobylite.
Oh, yeah,
which I read somewhere else that Chernobylite is a spiritual sequel to Stalker.
Yeah, because Stalker's classic. It's
Stalker is a 2008
game. Or 2008?
Oh. You know what? It might be original Xbox. It's very old at this point.
Yeah. But this new one looks cool or whatever. I don't know if I'll buy it, but
I'm not going to.
Forza Horizon 5 still looks sick. Those games are great.
Yeah, I just
Yeah, I'm not saying
I'm not
I'd
a good
buy
driver.
It. Yeah. Me neither.
In real life.
Yeah.
I almost got in a huge fucking car wreck today.
Oh my god.
I was I'm driving, I was getting on the 427. Sorry guys, a bit local. I was getting on the highway.
The freeway?
Yeah, and I was looking over my shoulder, checking my blind spot, look. Yep. It was literally like this. Driving straight, see, guy in front of me, going the speed limit, no brake lights. look. Wow, he's right in front of me now.
Yep.
Brake lights fully on, and I literally had to swerve in. Luckily, my blind spot was completely open, but it was like this.
That's scary.
Yeah, and then my hands were shaking for a while after that, because
yeah, I bet
I can't afford that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
then Sea of Thieves is meeting Pirates of the Caribbean.
This makes sense.
This makes sense. It's funny, like the ad played, and I heard like the lady's voice, and I was like, has Sea of Thieves ever collaborated with Pirates of the Caribbean? That'd be great.
I don't know. I feel like I predicted this.
Yeah.
But with no reason. I was just like, oh, I bet it, or probably as a joke, I'm like, oh, Jack Sparrow's here.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, Jack Sparrow.
It's me, AJ Locasio, doing my best Johnny Depp impression.
Was he the guy who did
in the Funhouse video?
Yeah,
yes.
in Talking Stockings.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know if it actually is AJ Locasio, but I'm like, it could. It's probably.
It could be. Where's Sea of Thieves devs?
Huh?
Where
They're
are
in
they?
England. It's rare.
Oh, it's rare?
Yeah.
I didn't know rare's in England.
Yeah.
But whatever. Sea of Thieves, bad game.
Yeah.
I just remember.
I've heard good stuff. It's just not a full price game.
I just remember I was like, Blake was like, hey, I'm back from my contract. There was these guys at work. They all played the Sea of Thieves together. They made it sound really fun. Do you want to get in and try it? I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't really like that game. He's like, come on. And then he got home. He played one night with them and then immediately messaged me after. He's like, yeah, that game's shit.
Yeah.
Or he said like, yeah, I had zero fun. It was boring.
Do you know what's like more fun and similar is Guns of Icarus, and that game's free. Or cheap. I don't remember if it's free.
Sure.
That's that multiplayer game where you two airships that are like cannons, and you have like somebody's an engineer and somebody's like.
Sure, I just think like it's one of those things where it scratches that like survival but building things with your team sort of thing, and it's just I don't care for it.
Yeah.
Every time I saw like clips, it was like always like 4 fucking YouTubers desperately trying to make content by like I'm throwing a skull. Look, I found a skull. Look, I'm just eating a fucking pumpkin. Oh, I found a chest. Let me try and get it back. Oh no, we're sabotaging and killing each other the whole time, and I'm like. Yeah, this does not look fun.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But do you know what does look fun is Eiyuden Chronicle. That's, in case you don't know, that's that Kickstarted game by the Suikoden devs as like a Suikoden, or is it Suikoden? I don't know. But as like a revival of Suikoden, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it does. I'm not going to say well, it doesn't. It looks pretty cool.
And now Halo Infinite or whatever, it's a game. Who fucking cares? It's Halo, dude.
Halo Infinite's multiplayer will be free to play. And hopefully this kills Call of Duty Warzone. It's not going to because...
It won't because Halo
Warzone
and Call of Duty don't necessarily appeal to the exact same people.
They don't. But back in the day when we were all kids, it was always like, are you a Halo kid or are you a Call of Duty kid?
And the answer is, who fucking cares? I don't like either game anymore.
Who fucking cares? It doesn't. I bought them both. It did not matter.
Yeah, they're both whatever.
Yeah.
They're both the things that people like, and I'm not here to tell anybody they're wrong, but also I wouldn't go out of my way to play either.
I'm just literally I'm gonna wait till someone I know and respect their opinion.
Yeah.
Plays Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
Because I'll just play the multiplayer. I don't need this fucking main story shit.
Oh, I was gonna say like just get fucking Game Pass. It's gonna be on Game Pass on PC day one.
Yeah, but then I don't have it
when
I don't have Game Pass, and I don't believe in Game Pass.
Why? You don't... What are you going to do? Are you going to... What's more likely? Do you think you're going to play Halo forever and you're going to be like, I wish I spent full price instead of just paying for Game Pass? Or what's more likely is you're going to play Halo Infinite, you're going to play the story mode, you're going to play the multiplayer for a month, and then you won't care anymore and you can cancel your Game Pass.
Halo 3.
Pass. Sure.
Oh, wait. I'll just get Game Pass. You know what? You're right. I'll get Game Pass, play the fucking story, and then just keep playing the multiplayer.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Yeah! That's what I was saying.
Oh, man, no, I thought you meant for the entire game.
I mean, you could do that too.
But that's also pointless because the part I want to play is fucking free to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe you want to Game Pass it so that you can get whatever the pay to win shit is for the multiplayer.
They have a battle pass. It's not pay to win, and all the stuff that if you don't unlock it within the battle pass period, you can just unlock it later.
Battle pass, more like battle piss.
But it's gonna be called like triple the cost, and you can't like level it up. You just have to pay for it. But that's Xbox.
Yeah.
People were talking like Xbox had the most amazing conference.
It's fine.
It was fine.
It's fine. Like, it's fine every year. They had better ones previously.
I think their
They've had
last
worse
year
ones
was much
previously.
better. Or, actually,
I think it was the year
the
before.
best year was when they announced
DMC5.
Gears of War Funko Pop.
Oh,
I
that
think
one was
I
good
think
too.
DMC5 was also that same year.
Was that the same year? I thought the Gears of War Funko Pop. No, you're right. It was the same year. It's 2019.
Also,
or no,
wasn't that
2018.
Cyberpunk as well?
I think that was.
Yeah.
No, your breath. That was a fucking great conference.
That was a great... Because they also announced Forza Horizon, 4.
No, they didn't announce it. They announced
they announced Lego cars!
Yeah.
Yeah, God, that was a good year.
So let's talk about Squeenix, the company I love to hate and hate to love. So they did another Squeenix Presents, and I was hyped for it. They did one before in March, so obviously, there's not gonna be a ton of
Everyone's
stuff.
doing Nintendo Directs.
Yeah. So whatever.
Which I am here for.
Yep.
Because I will talk shit on anyone for getting hype over a gameplay trailer or a video game trailer with no gameplay.
Yeah.
But God, I love fucking video game conferences.
Yeah. So let's talk about a game that got a lot of gameplay, arguably too much.
Way too much. And I saw the same scene of Drax
Like
throwing
3
Rocket
times.
Raccoon over that fucking pit.
But also, okay. So the new game is a Guardians of the Galaxy game, and it's coming out in October. That's cool. That's great. That's a cool idea. That's great. I'm sure the game's going to be fine or great or whatever.
I think it will just be a 7 out of 10 game.
Yeah. And you know what? They spent fucking 20 minutes or something on that game. And they showed gameplay, which is nice. The gameplay looks whatever.
They showed that you
only play as Star-Lord, which is stupid and dumb and
yeah.
bad and stupid. And it's very clearly inspired by the movies, but they wanted to make it seem like they were inspired by both the movies and the comics. But
so they use comic outfits but movie personalities.
Nope, they're not. The only person in their comic outfit is Gamora.
Okay, never mind. My bad.
Yeah. And arguably Groot. Arguably Groot because... sorry, not Groot. Arguably Drax because in the movie Drax is gray, but in the comics Drax is green. And he's green in the game. But he still looks the same.
Yeah. Do you think Vin Diesel voices this version of
No,
Groot
he
as well?
doesn't. Dude, they got nobody to do nobody for all of the fucking roles.
Yeah.
And they made Star-Lord more of a main character, more of a whatever. And I have all this criticism. I think the game's probably going to be fine. I enjoyed some of the scenes I saw. It's too much to the point where it was and it was repetitive, and it's I don't need to... there's a difference between wanting to see some gameplay and having to sit through 20 minutes of direct feed gameplay. You know what I mean? Because it's boring. You're I don't fucking care.
And also the game, when they actually showed the gameplay, it was you're Star-Lord, you shoot guns.
And you punch things.
And you punch things
and you
with
throw
basic
bombs.
combos. But you can press a button and your teammate that's nearby will come in.
You can Rainbow
assist.
Six.
What?
Because in Rainbow Six you can order your squad mates around. I know it's not a 1-to-1, but...
Oh, I never played single player in Rainbow Six.
Oh.
Well, in Terrorist Hunt I played solo, so I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's hey... Gamora, show up there and do your combo, and it's
it'd just be so much cooler to play as all 4 characters or all 5 or whatever.
But also, it's just out of
all those characters, Star-Lord has the least interesting moveset.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna do a whole bet on this, but essentially, Drax has swords and super strength. Fucking Gamora has gun and sword like Dante. You could just Dante her up. Fucking Rocket Raccoon has 1,000,000 guns and is tiny.
Yeah.
So
he's
gonna
Ratchet.
Have a cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? He's
Groot
Ratchet.
is big ass brute man who will beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, and Groot can do Groot could nothing personnel kit.
Oh yeah,
because he could suck into the ground.
Yeah.
And then come out. You could nothing.
The worst part is that they really went with. You can do something interesting. You can do some gun kata bullshit with Peter Quill. Where it's instead of having to aim, you can go in and
or you could do it.
You can punch and then to Bayonetta as well. You can accentuate combos by shooting your gun or whatever.
Yeah.
But instead they were just no, you're gonna shoot from afar, and then when an enemy gets close, you can go bah bah bah.
And they had power slides, but what they should have done is lean in and go full Vanquish.
And also you can jetpack in the air.
Yeah, but not super high.
There's Guardians of the
gone full
Galaxy
Vanquish.
is bombastic and silly.
And the problem is
Peter Quill's character gameplay looks so fucking sick.
It looks normal. And everything else about the game looks pretty fine. I don't think it's going to be terrible. And I like that it's we had no idea this game was being made, and now it's coming out in October. We love that here.
Yeah.
We're big fans of that concept. We stand that.
I think the voice acting choices for the characters
Fine.
I like Rockets the most because
it's the closest to Bradley Cooper.
Exactly.
And that's another way, by the way, that's another way that we know that fucking Rocket is totally based on the movie, because everybody knows in the comics Rocket's British.
Really?
Yeah, he's named after a fucking Beatles song.
I didn't know that.
There's a song called, like, Rocky Raccoon.
My dog is named after a Beatles song.
Yeah, that's lame.
Sorry.
I'm joking.
My mom's British.
I know. And that's one of the many things we don't like about her.
Yeah. Yeah,
No,
so
I'm
anyways.
joking.
I don't know. I probably won't pick this up,
I might.
but I would watch a stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might pick it up because the gameplay doesn't look fun to watch, but it might be fun to play.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Um,
They showed more of Marvel's Avengers. Who fucking cares?
yeah, actually, we didn't even write that
I didn't
down.
write it down.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 1 through 6 are being remastered for PC and mobile. Hey, love that. They're going to be
Cool.
separate purchases. That's great. I want more ways to get
Wait.
these games.
1 to 6,
Yep.
they're all separate purchases?
Yeah.
I hate it now.
But they're
Thought it
not
was
going to be
full.
full price.
Still hate it.
Whatever. What's good about this, Ian, is you don't have to buy 1 or 2. If you just want to play 4, 5, and 6, which are the good ones of those, they're the better ones that are worth replaying in 2021, especially 6, because it's the best one.
Okay, whatever.
Babylon's Fall is a fucking live service game.
Now, I edited something in here, but what if it's a good live service game? I know we don't have a great track record with a lot of them, but there is good live service games.
So let's talk about Square Enix games that are live service games.
Never mind.
All right, so Deus
this
Ex
is-
Mankind Divided was kind of more live servicey, and everybody hated that aspect of it. Fucking Hitman Season 1, they did an episodic thing, and everybody hated that aspect of it, and 2 and 3 don't have that. Fucking Marvel's Avengers is a live service game by Square Enix, and it sucks ass, or at least the live service part. Like, the main story's fine and the combat's fine, but the live service shit sucks. And Outriders is a fucking live service game by Square Enix, and you hated that.
I hated that it was a game.
Right.
I hated that I looked at it and like, oh, I wish this came out way before Destiny.
Right, but like, so Square Enix has bad track record with live service.
But based off of how the game looks, it doesn't look like the other ones. They always showed you with people.
So my issue with this, and this is the big thing, is this is so clearly different from the last 2 times we've seen Babylon's Fall. Like, it was never multiplayer before, and the combat looks a lot more dumbed down in this trailer. It looks a lot less interesting. It looks a lot less
like
platinum.
It looks like the combat in Final Fantasy Origins.
Not even that. It looks like shit.
Yeah. I don't know. I just was like, whatever.
I'm so sad about this because they ruined a fucking great looking game.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fucking dog shit now. Mark my words.
Maybe, and then we'll be back on fucking Platinum's like, here's an amazing game.
Yeah.
Comes out like shit.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Is like honestly, this trailer comes out and I'm like watching it and I was like, because before I was like, oh well, Babylon's Fall is great. Like, even if it looks a little different or whatever, because it's clearly been delayed, like, I'm still gonna give Platinum the benefit of the doubt because they've earned it. And then I looked at this trailer and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna buy this.
Yeah.
Like, which is something I'd never say about a Platinum game in my, like, normally. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
So, moving on.
Life
to
is
a
Strange
game
True
I will
Colors.
not buy.
Sure. It still looks pretty good. It was announced at the last thing. It still looks great.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think the trailer at the last thing,
Yeah, it was better.
it was much better.
Yeah,
the
it was
trailer
more of a
in this
story
one,
trailer.
fucking hated it. It felt like the exact same trailer, except they unadded they put an unnecessary narrator that described to me Alex's powers the whole time. Where in the original fucking trailer, she says, "I can see."
People's
Like,
emotions.
I can
She
see
says
people's
it.
emotions. They're like colors, and I can like associate colors with how they're feeling, and then I can feel the emotions. And I'm like, cool, thank you, great.
Yeah.
But then in this trailer, this guy shows
Yeah.
up and he's like,
I'm
can
from
unravel the story of Alex's brother's mysterious death by talking and looking at the colors
That's
of people.
great.
And you can figure out what happened?
Yeah.
And I was like, shut up.
Yeah, it's dumb.
It's like they added in this guy to add 5 minutes to a 2-minute trailer.
That didn't need to be there, but again, the game I think still looks really good. I'm interested to see, like, this is by Deck 9, who did Life is Strange Before the Storm, which I famously among my friend group hated, which is the prequel to Life is Strange 1. Because in that game, fucking, I don't know what happened to Before the Storm, but it's trash. But hopefully this one has the budget and the time. It's not episodic. It's just a full game.
It's got the voice actors.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, there was a voice actor strike when Life is Strange 1 was being made.
No, when Before the Storm was being made, so they didn't have the actors from Life is Strange 1 come back for Before the Storm.
Fucking Stevie.
What, he was doing he said the opposite?
No, he kept telling me that it was Life is Strange 1.
No,
It wasn't Before
that's
the
stupid.
Storm.
It's Life is Strange 0.
Okay.
But then finally, this is the big get, and this is the one thing that kind of redeemed this for me, was Team Ninja and Square Enix Japan are collaborating on Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin. In case you don't know Team Ninja, they did Ninja Gaiden and Neo 1 and 2, and this game is very much an edgy Final Fantasy themed reskin of Neo.
I'm going to kill Chaos.
Yeah, okay. So in case you
Was
don't...
that Travis Willingham?
Probably.
Because
in case you don't know, though, by the way, this game's a remake of Final Fantasy 1.
Yeah, so why even get it in the remaster?
Huh? Yeah, no.
But also, it's a remake of Final Fantasy 1 without any of the color.
Yeah, with all the edge.
Well,
no, there is color. It's just in the trailer. There's none. If you play the demo, there's a training area that's like super bright and colorful. Okay. Yeah.
But then it starts the trailer with like, oh, you're not wearing any armor. Yeah. You're just there.
Okay, so here's the reason why that is. Final Fantasy 1 basically had no story. It was like you have to kill the evil knight, Dark Knight Gideon or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Fucking. And then in the PSP remake, so you're the Warrior of Light also is what it is. But like in the PSP remake, it's like the Warriors of Light or whatever are from our world. Is like they like retroactively made it an isekai. And so they're going with that as canon. That's why he's wearing a Henley in the trailer, really? I think.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. That's the closest thing to a story the game has. So just like bring the emotions and make the fucking Warriors of Light actual characters with character. And
I just like looking at it, and my first thought was none of these characters are in the same game.
Yeah.
Like, they all look so different. Like
well, you didn't like that. You didn't like that Eminem, Ninja, and Wooly were all in the same game together.
We can't call every black dude in anime Wooly. Yeah, but I don't like how in the combat it seems like every time it killed somebody, it always ended with like, "Oh, I'm gonna do something to you, and you become crystals."
Crystals is a Final Fantasy thing, though.
No,
They're
I know, but
crystals.
I mean the fact that every single time he would beat up any enemy, there was always some sort of a finishing move.
Oh, no. Okay. There is a circle button finishing move that you can do. It's like, okay, you know how there's like there's like a second meter in Sekiro for like, the balance thing or whatever for blocking?
Yes.
There's the second meter, and when you break it, you can get like an insta-kill.
Posture, yeah.
Posture, that's what it's called. Thank you. There's a similar thing for this, which isn't exactly the same, but essentially there's a second meter for like them being able to stand up and for you being able to stand up, and if you can knock them down, you can do a finishing blow.
I know I've been fighting this the whole time.
It's Neo.
That was in Neo first.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, it's Neo. Play the fucking demo. The only thing I didn't like about the demo is that the game hard. And I was like, that's the thing I don't like.
Maybe it is Neo then.
Yeah. Like, and it's not like it's killer hard. It's just I died to a random enemy, and I was like, fuck this. Fuck dying to random enemies, dude. This is fucking Final Fantasy. I don't want to be tested like this.
Yeah.
In the demo? Come on, make the demo easier for me so I want to buy the game.
Yeah. So that's it for Squeenix.
That's it for Squeenix.
Honestly, decent showing. 7 out of 10.
I would say, compared to previous Squeenixes, this is not quite as good.
6?
The last Squeenix, remember, we got like some fucking we got Final Fantasy 7 remake, and we got Marvel's Avengers being shown off again, and that was like huge, and we were like, yo.
Yeah. So now is
the PC gaming show. The worst show most years, but it's somehow not the worst show this year.
It had really good trailers, but God, was it hard to watch.
It's still always cringy.
Did you
and they'll
watch
never
it?
change it. I did watch like parts of it.
Okay, so some of these trailers you might not have seen then.
Yeah.
Because
My Dodgeball Academia.
1 second, let me go through it.
Okay.
You were being too mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, remember when we talked about it last year?
Yeah, it was. But that last year was shit.
Last year had one good thing, and it was Persona 4.
And it was at the beginning. All right, I
No,
went
it
through.
leaked before the show.
Oh, yeah, and
It
then-
was in the middle. It just leaked before the
Oh yeah, and
fucking
then
show.
I think Greg also was just like, "Oh yeah, you already heard about it."
Greg Miller, he's like, woo!
Thank
Persona
God,
4, bitch!
thank God he wasn't. He was involved with everything this year. He was like on E3's.
He's on all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, like he was on the in between shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they have a game called Dodgeball Academia.
My Dodgeball Academia.
I think it looks fun.
Sorry, it's
called Dodgeball.
It's called
Academia.
Boku no Dodgeball
Oh,
Academia.
thank you. I just want to. This
And you know what? If you call it My Dodgeball Academia, you're fucking wrong. And that's like calling Jujutsu Kaisen fucking Wizard Fight. And that's stupid.
I think it's Sorcerer Fight actually,
and that's fucking dumb. So that's why you call it Boku no Dodgeball Academia. Okay.
So I don't know. I think this game looks fun. It looks like a little good time. It's like one of those like the characters are 2D but the world's 3D. Looks cute. You get to throw dodgeballs at people and there's like character moves and stuff.
Okay.
Then there was a fucking game. I have no idea what this game actually is. It looked like a party game for your friends called Ramen, and you play a bunch of bara ass men in like speedos.
There was a game, I think it was at this, where it was just Gang Beasts, but it wasn't Gang Beasts.
There was, that was there. I think, I think I didn't include.
I didn't write it down because
Yeah.
I was like, the fuck. I was like, oh, there's a Gang Beasts too. That's great. The Gang Beasts is fun.
Yeah, or it's like, or maybe it's Human Fall Flat or one of those other fucking games.
No, but it's
that all looks the same.
100% Gang Beasts.
It's 100% Gang Beasts. I went and looked it up, see if there was any similar devs. Not at all. It's just Gang
It's
Beasts.
just a ripoff 8 years later.
It looks like a better version of Gang Beasts, to be honest.
It's
but,
8
like,
years later.
Yeah.
The game's already out. The hard part's been done.
Yeah, so Ramen looks like a fucking dumb, like, bunch of Mario Party mini games
Oh, that's cool.
where you, like, are just hairy men and you throw around meatballs and ramen ingredients and you fight. They showed off Dying Light 2.
Yep, Dying Light 2 still looks cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I was thinking about it. Maybe I'll play it.
I might play it.
Then
I think I pre-ordered it ages ago.
Then I was watching it. I was watching it with a bunch of people in my Discord, and this trailer pissed off someone.
I don't remember
a lot.
this.
It was called Ixiom, but it was just like this fucking new generation tech boy just sitting there going, "Humanity needed to evolve, so my company monopolized space into a corporation," or whatever the fuck. And it just went on for like 5 minutes and didn't show a single fucking gameplay. I'm like,
There was the one where you're like a robot. There was another one where you fight capitalism as a robot.
this
That's
was
like,
definitely like a RTS.
there was one that was like a story isometric game.
Maybe.
Yep.
But anyways, Ixion, fuck you. Then they showed off like a simulator game called Next Space Rebels.
Yep.
It just looks like Kerbal Space Program, but with real things.
Yeah.
Where like, hey, do you want to build a rocket that goes to space? That's boring. Put a teddy bear on it. Do dumb shit.
Yep.
Then this got the same person who got pissed off at the Ixion trailer.
Yeah.
Super hyped. It's a game called Lakeburg Legacies.
Okay.
And it's a simulation, like, sort of fucking, like, town building, whatever thing. But all you do is try and hook people up. And build up, like, children. Like, you get to see, like, a lineage of all your people.
That's fun.
And I wrote, I'm going to make a super incestuous town.
That's great.
Yeah.
Then there was a game called Slit. That's a ghost possession.
Silt.
That's my bad.
Yeah. I would read it wrong, too.
Slit.
Yeah, it's like you're like a diver trapped underwater and you can, like, astral project your ghost out and take over animals to help
It's
you do
Beyond
puzzles.
Two Souls.
Yeah,
No, wait,
except,
it's Omicron.
except you only infest fish and get inside a fish. Oh, it looks like Dark Echo the Dolphin, but you're not a dolphin.
Then Solstice.
Solstice looks so cool.
You don't call it something with soul in it unless
I
you're
know,
intentionally
but did you see the
doing
gameplay
that.
for this one?
I don't fucking remember any of these that you've posted
here.
here.
I'm going to talk about. Can you just pull it up and look at it?
Okay.
I think this is a game you would enjoy. Solstice is a looks like a medieval DMC.
Okay.
I'm just going to give it a second here. Just search like Solstice trailer. The problem is one, it's got the word soul in it. Two, there's an actual soul that follows you around. Yeah, I don't know why they're being so difficult. And I could see how you could say, like, oh, it looks like Dark Souls. Because it doesn't look like Dark Souls. It looks like Berserk.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. But the problem is that Dark Souls loves to rip off Berserk.
Exactly. That's the fucking problem. And that's why I was getting so mad. But this gameplay looks nothing like Dark Souls.
Okay, let me just skip through. Let's
yeah, this is a bunch of shit right here. One more.
I think I saw this trailer, but I didn't pay any attention to it.
Look at that sword.
Oh, I love
that is
Final
a guts
Fantasy VII
sword.
sword. Also guts, yeah.
You got one eye. The other eye's crazy.
You know what? You're right.
You got one black.
Oh yeah,
gauntlet.
that don't look like no souls.
Exactly.
That's looks fun.
Even what you can see a bit there. The sword transforms into an axe.
That's rad.
This is Devil May Cry as fuck.
This is it's a little bit more Ninja Gaiden, but yeah.
Oh yeah, but it's like you go you air juggle.
Yeah, you can't do air combo in
you're a cute lady who's missing an eye. You've definitely seen some shit. You got a big ass sword and a metal arm. If that metal arm falls off and she is missing an arm there, guts.
Well, also if it's
a cannon.
Yeah.
But yeah, aesthetically very much
cool.
you could very much be like, oh, it's definitely Dark Souls because there's a giant fat knight. But also that giant fat knight is in Dark Souls.
Yeah.
I mean in Berserk.
Yeah. Very Berserk, but also they're asking for it by putting the word soul in.
Yeah.
there.
But what if they think they're like, oh, we wanted to just make it look like Dark Souls, and we thought this would be a character design, like they somehow didn't know about Berserk.
They retroactively built Berserk backwards.
They built a female Berserk. There's going to be like a tiny boy fairy.
Well,
that
Tales of
follows you
Berseria also is like kind of girl Berserk.
Yeah, but I don't know. That game looks cool.
It does,
and that was like the thing I was the most excited for after it shows.
And then there's Tinykin, which is just Pikmin. And then there's Chernobylites. We already mentioned it. So let's talk about Capcom.
Yeah, here, you go on a rant. I'm going to grab a drink.
So Capcom dropped the ball like a 14-year-old boy. That's a puberty joke, ladies and gentlemen. In case you didn't realize.
Yeah, 14?
Yeah, sometimes. Your balls drop at 14 sometimes. 13 sometimes. What?
The way you said sometimes make it sound like you vaguely go through puberty at random points.
Everybody vaguely goes through puberty at random points in life.
No, but I mean you specifically.
Puberty lasts for like 4 years.
It lasts for pretty much your entire high school life.
Yeah. Just like some people get it done with earlier, and those are the people who get to fuck.
Guess what? Till you can grow a beard, puberty's not over.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris.
Until you're dumping cums in people, you're not done puberty.
Until you develop a weird fetish, you're not done puberty.
Nope, that's not what I said.
No, I know. I'm adding more stipulations.
Yeah. If you can jack off 5 times in one day, you're still going through puberty.
It's not very fun anymore. Like after
That's
5,
what I mean. As an adult, you're like, why would I do this?
Yeah.
Like as a teen, you're like, I could go all day. Like Captain America.
Honestly, I feel like I could go longer now, but it's also that I just jerk off longer now.
Okay.
Like as a teen, it would be like 3 minutes. I'm done. Take like half an hour now because I enjoy it.
No, I'm still doing it the other way, which is probably bad for me. Totally.
No, it's still getting the job done. It's just whether or not you're a pervert.
I am a pervert.
Step your game up.
All right,
Marcus PSP.
Okay, so Capcom had a fucking thing, and in our pre-3 episode that happened last week, we were like, bro, could we see DMC6? Now I found out in the week since DMC6 ain't happening soon because Itsuno is working on Dragon's Dogma 2. But then I say,
also Capcom
Dragon Dogma 2, why couldn't we have seen that? Or
a hint at
RE4 make.
RE4 make.
Or any footage of the RE8 DLC and not just the fact that there will be some.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know, a PC port for Monster Hunter Rise
watch...
instead of wasting my time with a game that already exists.
Yeah, and also all the updates they put out for it was all cosmetic bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just sucked. Like, Capcom has so many great games. There's some esports shit at the end. We know they're working on Street Fighter 6. Like, why can't we see any of it?
Yeah, also, you got Mega Man. Didn't see any of that.
Mega Man! Like, anything. Capcom has so many great games. Like, I don't know. How about you, like, dump out a fucking Battle Network collection?
That'd be
People
sick.
would drop trout.
If they were, like, on the Switch right now, is Battle Network, like, 1 to 4?
Battle Network 1 through 5, baby. 1 through 6. 5's the best one, I think.
I like 4 the most. Blue Sun. What is it? Blue Moon, Red Sun. Love that shit. Yeah, they really sucked. All of it. Yeah. And also, I saw people going, like, speculating, like, oh, it'd be cool to play a Chris DLC. And I'm like, did you motherfuckers not play Village?
You play as Chris at part?
It's like the final part of the game. Yeah. You know how, did you ever play 7? Or did you ever watch, like, a playthrough of 7?
Yeah.
You know how you play as, like, as Mia at one point?
Yeah.
They do that, except you play as Chris.
Okay.
And it's like a big assault mode. It's like almost like you're Hunk. Like you have incredibly good weapons. Yeah. You're super strong, and you have a fucking.
Did you play the DLC for 7?
Targeting laser? No, because I played 7 and then 8 came out, so I just went straight to 8.
You should play some of the DLC for 7 because there's End of Zoe is the one that's like.
Is that similar. The one where
your superpower boy
Uncle John shows up?
Uncle John, yeah.
Yeah.
Where you have like all the superpowers.
I'm just glad we're going back to.
Back to basics.
Back to over the shoulder ones.
Yeah.
RE8 did it really well though because like I was watching a Let's Play of it.
Yeah.
And one of the guys was just like, yeah, the monsters were scary in RE7 because Ethan is incompetent and doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He knows how to fire a gun because he's from Texas, but other than that, he reloads very slowly. Like any upgrades you get are all like negligible, and all the weapons have the same power the whole game.
Yeah.
But then in RE8, you can get incredibly strong with weapons, but all the enemies take like 5 times the damage that the slime monsters took in RE7.
Yeah.
So that's what makes it challenging. I'm like, yeah, so in fucking future 3D Resident Evils, let's focus more on like crippling a zombie instead of killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is what people always talk about, like, it's the, like, oh, when you're on hard mode, you just shoot his legs out. And I'm like, no, because what you want me to do is unload an entire clip into one's knee so I can go around it once.
Well,
But I don't know what I'm doing. I need that zombie out of the fucking way.
Yeah, so let's talk about Nintendo's.
Yeah, joke's not funny, Nathan.
What's not funny?
What you're about to say.
What, that John Tekken's in Smash?
Oh! His name is Kazuya Mishima, CEO of the Mishima Zaibatsu.
See, here's my question, and you've played more Tekken than I.
Not the story, but yeah, go on.
Okay. Why Kazuya? And not Heihachi?
Because
the more iconic character.
No. Since Tekken 3, like Tekken 4 through 7, Kazuya has been the main character.
No, I'm not talking about main. I'm talking about more iconic. Like, Heihachi is Tekken to most people. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but in the more recent Tekken 7, which is the current one going on, Heihachi and Kazuya are practically the same.
No,
actually, that's not true. They don't play the same at all.
They play similarly because they're supposed
to. Here's why. Heihachi's dead.
Oh, okay.
Actually, you know the scene at the beginning of the trailer? That's a direct callback to the story of Tekken.
See, so I didn't realize Kazuya tossed Heihachi down the cliff.
Because
I knew Heihachi tossed Kazuya.
Yeah, when he was 5, he threw him into a volcano, and that's why when you go on Kazuya's wiki page, Tekken has some of the most detailed likes and dislikes.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, for Kazuya, it's like, he's like, likes his mom, his grandfather, his other things, sneaker collecting, dislikes his dad,
being near lava,
being in volcanoes. Yeah, so at the end of Tekken 7, because Tekken 7 is finally the end of the story, Kazuya is now a villain at the end of 7.
Oh shit.
Or actually during 7, he is a villain. The new good guy is Jin.
Oh.
Who is his half brother, I think. Okay. Or his adopted brother.
So, okay, that's what. Okay.
Yeah, so he, at the end of that game, he takes Heihachi and throws him into the volcano after he beats him up.
But what I'm saying about that, though, that's weird is if Heihachi was in Smash instead of Kazuya, that would be the first time a character has appeared in both PlayStation's All-Stars Battle Royale and Smash Bros.
Is he playable in All-Stars Battle Royale?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
It's Heihachi. Maybe that's why. Maybe Nintendo's like, you can't be in both fucking games.
I just think at this point they like to do things where like they want to be current. Yeah. Where, like, unfortunately for King of Fighters, the story does not move because King of Fighters is the alternate timeline.
Yeah.
And also, Terry Bogard is still the king, even in the main timeline.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't matter.
And also, like, Bogard...
And Ryu is the main, Ken is the off main.
Yeah.
Like, it's just...
Even though we're all like, Chun-Li would probably make a better Smash character, we got Ryu because he's the main character. I just didn't feel
well, we already had Ryu.
Yeah.
I think instead of getting Ken, I understand that we got Ken because Ken is an Echo.
Yeah.
Getting Chun-Li would have been a better get.
But yeah, she's at least she's a sis trophy.
Did you see I know you don't care about the Smash community, but you vaguely like fighting game
They
stuff.
started calling all of the fighting game characters Shotas, which is like not what they are.
And then some guy Hbox,
because isn't it okay?
Hbox was the one who fucking started the big one because he's one of the most popular ones who was talking about it, where he said it's just where his justification was it's easier to call them Shotos than fighting game characters, which also brings a real funny conversation up. Therefore, Smash Ultimate is no longer a fighting game because if only 4 characters in your fighting game are fighting game characters, it's not a fighting game.
Yep.
But so he went through that. Esam, another Eric, also known as Esam, is a pretty famous like Smash Ultimate player.
Yeah.
He was fighting against it. He thinks that they should be called what they're called, that you shouldn't just call them all Shotos.
Yeah.
And then, like, everyone...
You should call them FGCs.
Yeah, FGC users.
Yeah, FGC.
But everyone was dunking
FGCs.
on them, but I saw this one motherfucker who was like, Shotos are defined as characters that have a fireball, Shoryuken, an anti-air.
Yep.
No, that's the Shoryuken. Hadouken is the fireball.
Yep.
And...
I was just going to let you slide with that.
And an advancing forward kick.
Yep.
Tatsumaki.
Yep.
Senpu.
Yeah. So
but
it's like
here's the thing.
Yeah.
Kazuya has one of those things.
Exactly.
Because there is no air game in Tekken, so he does
There's
not
no air
need
game
an
in
anti-air uppercut.
Yeah, so
the highest you could jump is Tekken is
so like
you,
there's Shotos
a
in a lot of games, right? And obviously Shotos are just characters who are like Ryu. So there's a Shoto in Virtua Fighter, right?
Yeah,
I forget what that character's name is.
Akira.
So like Akira's a Shoto, and
Ken and Ryu and Akuma are Shotos.
Is it? No, it's the other girl. What's the girl from Street Fighter that's like Ryu? Is that Makoto? That's Makoto. Okay.
Yeah.
She's also a Shoto.
Or wait. It's one of them.
Yeah, because there's
characters that have a similar moveset to Ryu.
Yeah.
Kazuya has nowhere near a similar moveset. The closest thing he has to a fireball is a laser beam that he only gets during his devil fit, his god.
So like
form.
arguably because Tekken's such a different game, like Kazuya would be the closest Tekken has to a Shoto, but fucking Terry's not a Shoto.
Akuma's in Tekken.
Right, but Akuma's not a Shoto.
Yeah, he is.
Oh shit, right, he is.
He is the same. He is a dark version of Ryu's moveset.
You're right.
Yeah,
but different from Dark Ryu, and different, and even more different.
Violent Ryu.
No, it's Dark Ryu, and even more different from Violent Ken.
Fuck, you're
Violent.
right.
Which is the exact joke I was gonna make, and you got it. Violent Ken is the funniest.
I don't think there is anyone. Other than Akuma, I don't think there's anyone in
isn't
base
the
Tekken.
Isn't the Shoto a KOF? It's not Terry. It's
Terry is not a Shoto. That was the thing that people were also getting wrong.
Yeah. That's why Terry's not a Shoto.
No.
Ryu and Ken are. Kazuya maybe if you stretch it.
I think technically, if we bring in Guilty Gear, Soul Bad Guy is not a Shoto. Not a Shoto. Even fucking close.
Kai Kiske is.
Kai Kiske is.
Yeah.
Because he has his little fireballs.
Yeah.
He has an advancing. He doesn't have an advancing leg attack, which people said that's an important part.
Yeah.
But he has this advancing other bullshit.
Yeah, I mean it's the same difference. It's like functionally the same thing. But that's because Guilty Gear is like cool Street Fighter.
Guilty Gear is just a superior fighting game.
Yeah, but it's like Guilty Gear is the same kind of fighting game that Street Fighter is.
Yeah.
But lots of fighting games need the Shoto so that like people who are like, I'm a Street Fighter person, how do I get into this game? It's like you pick the guy who looks the most basic, and then you play as him, and he plays a lot like Ryu, and that's how you get good at the fighting.
That's just the unfortunate thing with Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
Kai is easier to play than Soul.
Yep.
They're still both very hard characters to play.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's Guilty Gear. It's like it's the fucking it's the SATs of fighting games.
That was another thing people were talking about recently.
Yeah.
Is that Guilty Gear Strive is supposed to be a much easier game to get into.
It is. The tutorial's so good.
It's all right.
It's so good for a fighting game.
Oh, the tutorial. Yeah, the story-based tutorial, right?
No, the dojo and the mission mode.
Oh, the missions? I'm on fucking the final step of them, and I fucking hate them now.
Right, but like they're good. They at least teach you how to play the video
But they're
game.
also, they're like, there's one in difficulty 4 where it's like, it just is like, hey, here's like a quick thing of how to deal with every character and like for matchups.
Yeah.
But sometimes your character just can't deal with it.
Yeah.
Literally. That's it. It's just like, no, you actually, this is a bad matchup and we can't really teach you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah.
You're just going to have a harder time.
Yeah,
here.
or it's like, switch to a different character if you want to complete this.
Yeah.
And then I got to one where it was like, oh, here's an overdrive combo, and it was like, there's a bunch of buttons. It's close slash, standing heavy slash, quarter circle back kick, and then I have to red Roman cancel, which is much different than purple Roman cancel, and then I have to fucking do crouching heavy slash.
Do you know what my problem is with Roman cancels is every time I forget how to do them.
It's just three of the face buttons.
Oh, that's all it is.
But there are different forms of Roman cancel. Like you can Roman cancel out of a grab that's like a yellow one. There's a purple one that you can just do whenever you want, but it doesn't give you any buffs. And then there's the red one, which will like launch the character further in the air if they get hit by the aura.
Yeah,
and allows you to continue your combo.
Again, as I said, Guilty Gear is the SATs of fighting games, which is fine because it's also great.
Here, that's the thing though. Have you ever checked out the combo shit for Under Night In-Birth?
Well, okay, Under Night In-Birth is like,
it's like trying to become a doctor.
It's not. I wouldn't even say that. It's like Under Night In-Birth is like trying to become the only professional person on the planet.
I am the professional.
Yeah, it's like learning Under Night In-Birth is like learning every spoken language on the planet.
So, anyways, back to John Tekken.
If you're incredible at Under Night In-Birth, you're just good at every fighting game.
All right, but back to Kazuya.
Yeah.
I think people are gonna hate this character.
Oh, sure.
Not because he's broken or anything. I think he's a ground-based character, and Smash is an aerial game.
I mean, he's gonna have.
Go back and watch that fucking trailer. Every single move he does is on the ground.
Yeah, I mean here's the thing, and I get people who are kind of disappointed by this. As a fighting game guy, I'm kind of disappointed by this. It's not a big yo. It's just like, oh yeah, it's Kazuya. I liked him throwing people off the cliff. That was great.
Also throwing Kirby off at the end, and then Kirby comes back up because you can't kill Kirby.
Yeah.
I think.
Did you see the edit where, because like when he pushes Min Min off, her arm stays and then falls? Somebody edited it that the arm catches his leg and pulls him off.
I wouldn't say this is disappointing. I think this is just fine because but also I've been disappointed with this whole pack. I think they should have swapped him and Sephiroth around. Because this is the final character for DLC 2.
There's one more. There's one more. There was 6 for DLC 2.
Oh, there was. You're right. They added an extra one.
Yeah.
All right, so that last one's got to be some heat.
Yeah.
But
somebody edited also Dante. What the hell is this?
Into
there.
I didn't see that one this time because it wasn't like I didn't see.
Somebody edited him on the cliff.
Oh,
like with Kazuya behind him. He's like, "What the hell is this?"
I don't know. I thought this was fine. I think this character's just not going to be very.
This is fine. Like it's just not. It's not like Sephiroth. We popped off. Sephiroth's a big.
Everyone else did. I was like, that's fine.
You're like, that's fine. But I was like, yo.
Coolest thing though for me about Kazuya.
Yeah.
Is they didn't show this off much in the trailer. They might show it off on Sakurai's gameplay thing he's going to do. They built rage arts into the game for Kazuya.
Yeah.
Because he gets punched by DK.
What's the star button? What's the star button?
God, I hate that button. I know what it is. I hate it so much.
What's the star button, you guys? How do you... It says the moveset is you got to do a motion with the star button.
Yeah. Tekken has...
It's just neutral, guys, in case you don't know. It's just keep the stick in the center.
It's to do the initial inputs, let it reset to neutral, but it's like...
And then immediately switch back.
It's like, boop, boop,
Yeah.
Like, you can't stop. You have to go continuously.
It's like take your thumb off the thumbstick for half a second.
Yeah. I think that's the thing with Tekken is that game is incredibly hard to get into unless you find a character you fucking gel with.
Yeah.
Like, for me, it's more recent. Like, I was like always like, oh, Tekken's so hype. But I never liked playing anyone in Tekken. And then Lydia came out, and I'm like, I fucking love this character. So I would play her a bunch. And then I like, oh, I'll check out other characters now that I understand a bit. And of course, I went and checked out the top tiers.
Yeah.
Like Dragunov, who is just man Lydia.
Yeah. I mean, again, Tekken's cool. Kazuya's cool. It's just not the most exciting thing in the world. I think there's more cool, iconic characters. I would rather see, like, for example...
In terms of fighting games?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, I would rather see, like, characters from some other fighting games first.
Such as?
Soul Bad Guy.
Absolutely, but not as popular as Tekken.
Perhaps, but whatever.
Tekken 3, I believe it was, that people were using an example of, because everyone likes to bring up sales numbers for series where it's like, oh, Banjo-Kazooie was the 10th best-selling game ever on the Nintendo 64, and it's just like...
But Tekken 1 and 2 are like some definitive PS1 games.
Tekken 3 was the third best-selling game on the PS2.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Because also, remember, a lot of these numbers, when people bring them up, very Western is what people are thinking of. Yeah. And someone did this thing where they were talking... It was just talking shit on people who bring up those numbers, like sales numbers. Yeah. It's like, Banjo-Kazooie sold 3 million units. Then there was like, you know who else sold 3 million units? Yeah. Croc, Legend of the Orbo. Yeah. And it's just like, that you're right. People should not be bringing that shit up at all.
Well, yeah, it's not about units sold. I think they've done a lot of decent picks.
It's about Nintendo needing to advertise something. Yeah. Or they want to actively think about the impact this series has on the game.
Again, Sephiroth makes 100% sense.
Absolutely. I don't.
One of the most iconic video game villains
played
ever.
Since Sephiroth come out.
That's the last time I played was Sephiroth. Yeah.
But like, I just don't care.
Yeah.
But like, I understand why it's there.
He's cool.
But then Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Boob Women. Whatever. Yeah. Nintendo needs a sale. Yeah. They were literally, and then I think in the same direct they were like, hey, by the way.
Yeah. Buy Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
And then this is quite literally like, Tekken's not even on the Wii. I mean, on the Switch.
Right. I think
Pokken,
yeah, and I think you know what, now that I think about it, you know who develops? We just talked about it last week. Bandai Namco develops. Yeah. So of course Bandai Namco wants their get.
Bandai Namco has no say on what happens in the game. Yeah. It's just that they are the team who makes the game.
Yeah, so Bandai Namco was like, hey, why don't you put a fucking Bandai Namco character in? That's why Pac-Man got in the last one, too.
I think Harada finally just turned around and said, come on.
Harada turned around and said, they like to throw around these buzzwords like netcode and rollback.
I hate that he said that. I know that he's
Don't ask me for shit, Ian.
I brought that... Well, I understand that Tekken is designed in such a way that netcode, like the netcode of Tekken, is how it is, and rollback can never be implemented into Tekken 7. But come on, man. And like, I brought that up in Discord, and Stevie was like, he's just being a heel. And I'm like, no, he did it on his own show where he's very kind and he talks his fun stories with his people.
But also don't ask me for shit, Ian.
Yeah, no, like Tekken 8, whenever the fuck they decide to make that game, should have better netcode.
Yep, but it won't.
It won't.
Yep.
Because it's Japan.
And it's Harada specifically doesn't want to, and he's the guy in charge.
Guilty Gear wanted to branch out and build a bigger audience. That's why you can see a lot of Western influence in characters. Like Kai Kisuke in fucking Guilty Gear. Yeah. Before this, he dressed like a fucking monk. Yeah. No, he dressed like a Catholic, like...
priest.
He dressed like the Pope. Yeah. And then, like, he had, like, crosses and, like, these flowing robes. And they're like, oh, what is he in now? Tight black pants, black boots, black undershirt with a long with not even a long flowing, like a waist length white cloak. Yeah, that's it. And he has a weird
and sword. It's got some blue things.
And now he has short hair instead of super long hair. Soul is cool universally. We don't have to change him. Yeah. Then they introduced Giovanna, who is a hottie. She's a hottie, but also she is from Brazil. Yeah. And she is an agent for the United States Secret Service. Yeah. And then like Potemkin. Everyone loves Nazis.
Okay, let's move
Millia
on.
Rage got simplified as well.
We're talking too long about Tekken and Smash.
It was the second biggest part of the. No, it was the biggest.
We got
part
more
of the direct.
shit, bro. We still have to talk about Loki episode 1 and 2.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to.
I feel like it'll be quick though.
Okay.
All right. So Advance Wars.
Okay, Advance Wars. This is cool. It's way forward doing this remake actually.
Did they announce that? We all thought that, but then
they announced it.
At the end. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we got to see more of SMT5. Did you know that there's demon negotiations in this fucking game? Who'd have thought?
1 second. I actually want to talk about SMT5.
Yeah.
I was not that into it.
Yep.
Originally, with the previous stuff they showed. Obviously, this is the first time they actually showed shit.
No, this is the second time.
No, but this is the time they showed gameplay.
They showed a little bit last time, but they got more of it.
I want to play this game.
It looks great.
I wanna just hang out with this androgynous they them.
Yeah, exactly. The game looks cool.
I like how they went with it this time because Demi-Fiend was just a
he's like a guy who like also fused with like a devil or demon or something.
Then didn't he reside completely within the...
It was one guy.
What?
Yeah, it's like one guy with the thing.
Yeah, but he just completely resides inside of the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy looks like, I'm a normal student, but also I have to go and...
Then he turns into the other person. Yeah. It looks cool. The game looks great. I just think the trailer was stupid because it's like, use the turn-based, and it's like, bruh, everybody nobody doesn't know. Who in the world does not know?
But it's like a thing that they always have to do, where it's like you always have to act like someone is new.
It's like, but like, seriously, SMT5 is not for that kind of dipshit. It's not for the Pokemon player. Like, it's not going to appeal to that person because that person's like, the devil, the post-apocalypse. That's too much for me. I play Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's not shitty.
the only fans who were satisfied this year, we finally got Breath of the Wild 2 footage with a more of a within 365 days release date.
Yeah.
Because it just said 2022. But it looks like the way they're going to expand upon...
Similar map, but there's the sky.
Similar map, but now we are going to the sky.
Link has a fucking arm thing.
People have speculated that some time has passed because it looks like Hyrule, like castle, like the Hyrule town, starting to be rebuilt.
Yeah.
What a fun time. You're rebuilding your fucking castle leaves.
Yeah.
If time has passed, I hope that the game is just canon, that Link has 100%ed it. Because I would really like to go back to Terrytown. Mm-hmm. Did you? No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
Terrytown was a town that you helped.
Oh, that you built. Yeah, I think the town will be there.
But I want to see if it like has expanded and like the town is like along the shore of the lake as well.
You know what's something I learned about the games I'm playing? The Trails is called Steel series that I like. So like, there's 4 of those games. It has Persona-esque S-links.
Yeah.
You can carry over your save to the next game, and your S-links stay at the same spot, which is like.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but Breath of the Wild 2.
Yep.
People are bummed that it looks like Zelda's just gone again.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I hope she's not. I hope
it looks like Breath of the Wild, but again. Did you like Breath of the Wild? You'll like this fucking game. It's the same game.
Let's hope they change some things.
Yeah.
Like, recently, hot topic, some fucking asshole from Montreal won't stop talking about the weapon durability system.
It was multiple people. I think the weapon durability system
I only follow
sucks.
one person. I don't think it's great. I think it's just there, and I think it's time to move on.
I think, as I've said before, much like fall damage, no game is a better game for having fall damage. They're not necessarily worse games, but no game is better for having it. That's the same way I feel about weapon durability. It doesn't necessarily make your game worse, but no game is better for having.
I think that at a very early point in Breath of the Wild, weapon durability is fucking annoying, and I hate it.
Yep.
By the end of the game, I honestly did not care anymore.
Right, but
and that's also the point of it was an annoyance at the beginning, and I didn't care at the end. There is no middle ground where I was like, I liked it. So, but I'm just like, I'm neutral on it. I just want people to stop talking about it because there was better things in that game.
Yeah.
So like, just let's.
And it's like weapon. You're not genius for including weapon durability. Durability exists in 8 million games.
What I would like them to do is keep multiple weapons, because playing with the Master Sword all the time is fucking boring, and also we don't really see Link with the Master Sword in this trailer.
Yeah, it probably
I
lost
don't
it
want
again.
them to take it away.
Yeah, they did.
I would like them to break it.
It's some
because
shit.
I want them to break it, because then we're going to go to Skyloft and we're going to get my annoying
Forge
robot wife back.
You gotta forge a new
And
one.
also reforging is probably in my favorite Zelda games.
Yep.
Like Minish Cap.
Yeah.
To reforge the Minish sword.
Yep.
Just the Master Sword.
Yep.
Skyward Sword is also about reforging it. Mm-hmm. Well, it's about getting the powers to make it better.
So I'm guessing you're gonna have to go to 5 or 6 different places on the map to get different pieces so you can reforge the Master Sword.
I don't want it to be reforged. I would like it to like imbue. I don't know. It's like,
yeah.
I kind of also want to go to those areas and get weapon. Like I want to get a Goron. Like
Yeah.
there's the Goron. Like
I think they're gonna
giant great
they'll
sword.
It'll probably be almost the same game.
But I want them to get rid of weapon durability and do
Yeah.
more of a. You can use other weapons and you can upgrade the other weapons.
Or you could even have it be weapon durability, but it doesn't break. Some games it has
It doesn't
like sharpness.
permanently break and just
Sharpness.
goes back into your sharpness. Or in Dark Souls and Bloodborne, they don't break permanently. They just go into your. They become shitty to use, but you just go pay a guy and he fixes it.
That's what I mean. Similar thing. Like you hit it and it does less damage over time the more you use it, to the point that it hits a bottom where it'll still do some damage, but it's poo damage.
Yeah.
And then you can use like sword oil or whatever to fix it.
So here's what I'm saying. In Hyrule Town,
Yep.
you have your basic one-handed sword and your shield.
Yep.
And then you go over to Zora's domain.
Mm-hmm.
They build you a spear. Cool. You go over to the Goron place. They build you a great sword.
Here's more important than any of that shit.
Yeah.
If they don't announce that you can use the spinning top, we're fucking Dungeon Rinks professionally.
They're not going to have the spinning top.
They should have it.
Well, it's going, but the game is a reference to Skyward Sword.
You
so
can
if
traverse.
anything, we'll have the drone beetle.
Right, but you can traverse. Like wouldn't. Okay, they
Let's
put a
remove weapon
motorcycle in that
durability
one.
just so I can have that fucking shield surfing be something I don't.
Yeah.
That isn't
Hey.
stupid to do.
Yeah. Or like shield surfing doesn't take up durability.
Yeah, I have it only when enemies hit.
Also, hanging from a fucking hang glider, especially with heights now, using the hang glider shouldn't use stamina.
Should use a lot less, at least.
It never made sense that it used any.
Do you remember back in high school?
I don't know if you know this. It's a video game.
Yes, I know. But do you remember back in high school?
Yeah.
Flexed arm hang?
But he's not flexing. He's fully hanging loose.
It's still exhausting.
Not from a glider.
What the fuck do you mean not from a glider? It's still pressure on your arm.
He's just holding it.
Nathan, it's still your body weight.
But he's not
weighing you
pulling
down.
himself
We're
up.
Fine, get rid of it.
He's not pulling. He's not even aiming it most of the time. He's just holding it. It's a fucking parachute.
Let's adapt it.
Yeah.
It's not a parachute.
Okay, Just Cause 8. It's
not
Breath of the Wild 2, Just Cause.
It's not a parachute. It's a wingsuit. Let's give Link a fucking wingsuit.
Give Link a parachute, a wingsuit, and a grappling hook. He already has a grappling hook in other games.
Actually, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I believe Link loses his arm in this trailer.
Yeah.
And he gets a weird Sheikah arm.
And it's shoot grapple hook.
That's what I'm saying.
It's the hook shot.
No, it's fucking Nero's Devilbringer.
That too. Do both. It can do both.
It's science fiction Devilbringer.
Yeah.
Science fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's... I want
It's
that
Bionic
arm.
Commando. You could have it be both traversal and attack.
Because that arm was like... Or like the way you had your abilities in all of Breath of the Wild was like you have stasis, and then you have bomb, and then you have
they've got
magnesis,
more.
and
You can rewind time in this one.
Yeah, but that's like an upgrade on stasis.
Yeah, I'm just saying you can go from Zoworldo to Gold Experience.
But I'm saying I'm saying
Wait, no. Who does rewind?
Josuke, Shining Diamond.
Shining Diamond doesn't really do rewind.
Yeah, it does. That's actually how his power works. Is he rewinds things.
Yeah, I guess.
When he touches something, it rewinds it how it was to a previous state. He doesn't heal it to make it better. He rewinds it to how it was. So like,
does he rewind it? Because there was that one time where it heals all fucked up.
Remember? No, it heals all fucked up because it's like his perception or something. But remember, he punches Crazy Diamond's arm through his own mother, blood and viscera everywhere. To capture Aqua Necklace.
Yep.
And he puts it in a bottle, and when the arm pulls back through, the blood spray in the air goes back towards where the body is as the arm is coming back through,
right.
And the whole.
It also
heals
is
up.
very undefined because it's JoJo. Like it just
it
works differently in different scenes.
It's straight up a reversal of things. It doesn't heal; it reverses.
But what about that time that he punched that guy and then he healed into a rock?
Who knows? That's like in the second episode too.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Or when he fucked up Jotaro's hat.
Yeah. So, anyways, Breath of the Wild
Looks fine.
I would like an 8, like a weapon wheel sort of thing.
Now we're done talking about
abilities.
Now we're done talking about a dog shit game. Now we're going to talk about a
How dare
masterpiece.
you? This was the second biggest hype
Monkey.
thing. Oh wait, no. This was the third hypest thing of this conference.
Monkey.
I honestly don't know what this means.
Super Monkey Ball.
Oh yeah, this was cool.
Created by one of our favorite developers, Ryoga Studios.
I have a question because I can't remember the answer.
Yeah.
Is this a new game or is this a remaster?
This is a remaster of 3 games.
Nice.
Whereas Banana Blitz HD was only 1 game.
Yeah.
So this, and it was a different game. That was like the late Wii one. Mm-hmm. Whereas this is like the first 3, which are arguably the best Monkey Ball games. And again, Monkey Ball and Yakuza are made by the same team.
Did you know? I'm sure you did. That Carpool Karaoke is an Apple TV show now.
Sure.
Like, you know the James Corden thing he would do?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what's the good part about it?
What?
James Corden's not in it.
That's great, but also who fucking cares? Carpool Karaoke is dumb. Do you remember when they did the lip sync battle? They took that from a Fallon thing and they made it its own show, and it only had that one thing that was cool, which was Tom Holland and Zendaya. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Monkey Ball is by the Yakuza team, and Monkey Ball's great. Age of Calamity is getting DLC, and it's gonna be fine.
Did you read some depressing news while I was gone?
No, you know what? It's just suddenly I was like, I don't fucking care. We need to get through this bullshit.
What's Cruisin' Blast?
Cruisin' Blast is the racing game. It's a new entry in the Cruisin' series, and it's an arcade game. And the arcade version of the game has 5 tracks, and apparently the Switch version's gonna have 29.
Woo!
So it's like, holy shit! It's a really fun racing game. This was the game
where someone had like a fucking unicorn. Or
yeah,
something.
It's a really fun racing game. I made you play one of the. I think it was Cruisin' Blast last time we went to Dave and Buster's, and I was like, Cruisin's the best racing game here.
I don't know. I never play anything at Dave and Buster's.
Okay,
so I don't think.
I told one of our friends, I was like, Cruisin is the best racing game at any arcade, and they always agreed. Maybe it was Blake.
Maybe Blake actually tries things. Now, WarioWare.
New WarioWare. This is cool.
It was unfortunately it wasn't Wario has a gun.
No, it never will be.
Yeah. Hey, now this one, next one that you wrote here.
Well, I was gonna say, when are they gonna release Wario's cum shot training?
Oh, you're right. All right, but this next one in the list.
Yeah.
Put it last.
Okay.
So Fatal Frame.
The Wii U Japan only Fatal Frame is neither Wii U or Japan only anymore.
Whoa.
That's cool. Honestly,
go take pictures of ghosts.
I'm glad this game's coming out. It was dumb that they fucking Nintendo didn't bring it here for Wii U because it was like cool, and there's not a lot of fucking horror games on Wii U or games in general. Yeah. And everybody was like, "Yo, this game's pretty fucking sick."
Yeah.
Anyway, this game looks cool.
The hypest part.
Yeah, honestly, the coolest thing here was Metroid Dread.
Yeah, and sick, awesome.
Looks great.
It's Metroid 5.
Metroid 5, baby.
Yeah, fuck you, we skipped 4.
Yeah.
No, I saw that tweet. Is that someone said, man, they just skipped Metroid 4, went to 5, thinking that Metroid Prime.
Oh my god. Okay, because I was like,
because Metroid
there's Metroid 1, there's Metroid 2,
Samus
Returns.
Metroid 3, Super Metroid.
Yeah. And then Metroid 4 is Fusion.
And then Metroid 5 is Metroid Dread.
Yep.
A game that has been in development longer than Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah, well, sort of. They tried to make it back in
2005,
and then they dropped it, and now they're bringing it back. This game is a Metroid that's more like horror because it's inspired by the SAX from Fusion, which is cool.
Also, you know what's cool?
What?
The reason why those robots are chasing Samus
is
because they are robots that are designed... This is actually fan speculation, but it's like...
They're robots designed to kill Metroids because she fused with Metroid.
No, they are robots designed to remove parasites and like biological horrors.
Yeah.
Samus, because of fusion and the previous Metroid shit,
yeah,
is a biological horror at this point.
Yeah.
Because the Metroid suit is almost a symbiote.
Yeah, because it's fused with the Metroid, right?
Or it's also it's fused with Parasite X, which is now inside of her.
Right.
So the robots are chasing you down because they're like, oh dear God, we need to get rid of this parasite.
Yeah, and it's it's 3D graphics, but it's still 2D Metroid. It looks great. It's made by the
guy. This is a thing I heard. I don't care.
It's made by Mercury Steam. They did the Metroid Samus Return of whatever the fucking remake.
Metroid 2 Samus Returns. That's what it was, just on the 3DS. Apparently, he was not very good at Metroid, and they added in Melee.
Yeah.
Which was not something that was in the original Metroid 2. And
No, I've only heard good things about the new Metroid 2. I've only heard good things compared to the Game Boy original. I heard Mercury Steam really redeemed themselves. They're also famous for working on the Lords of Shadow series of Castlevania, which people really didn't like, including there was a 2D Metroidvania that they made called... what the fuck was that called?
Look, the Melee was brought up while we were talking about it.
Yep.
And someone was like, oh, it's back. But now the Melee looks not like an actual damage dealing thing. It looks like a parry.
Yeah, which it looks great. Well, it was a parry in... There was a parry in Samus Returns.
Maybe it was harder or just not as good.
Yeah.
But anyways, it looked good.
It looks great.
I think the game looks fun. I want to go back and play all the Metroid games I fucking miss now.
Yeah.
Not Prime, though. I don't want to deal with those controls.
They need to do a Prime remaster and fix the controls now, because I think those games are all quite good, but the controls haven't aged super well.
Yeah, or like Resident Evil 4 and tank control games are manageable.
Yeah,
those games control
weird
with a fucking C stick on the GameCube controller.
But no, they don't use the C stick as an aimer. Is the thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it is almost tank controls. Because
but it's first person. So
it's first person tank controls, and if you want to aim, you have to stand still and do that, and it feels weird in first person.
Does it do the thing where you have to aim standing still, but it's only within that spot where you stopped aiming where you're able to aim?
No, you can look up and down and a little bit.
Like you can actually keep looking. Like if I go up and hold it up, my Samus will look further up.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, because in
there is nice auto aim that's like very obvious.
RE4,
yeah,
when you wherever you stopped aiming,
you can only look within the screen.
You can only look within the bounds of the screen, and then in the HD remasters, you're allowed to go however outside of the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, fucking cool that Metroid got a new announcement.
That looks great.
Bayonetta 3 has not been announced, but Hideki Kamiya wants you to shut the fuck up about it.
And it's like, Hideki, I don't know if you know this. You announced the game 4 fucking years ago, and you haven't shown a single scrap of footage since then. Fucking give us something.
Did you not see his response? He was like, stop talking to me about it.
Yeah, I know.
It's in the works.
But it's like, fuck off, Kamiya. You don't have any right to be mad.
What? How the fuck does he not?
Because
Nintendo owns Bayonetta. Nintendo can show whatever they want whenever they want.
It's not,
if the game wasn't ready...
Right, but that's what I mean. But it's been 4 years. People aren't dumb for wanting to have an update.
They're not dumb. I just think blaming Kamiya is the wrong thing, and he's saying the game's it's still being developed. Just let it go for now.
Whatever. Sometimes Kamiya can be a little bitch sometimes.
He can be, but he's a fucking classic weirdo.
Yeah.
He's a mean weirdo.
Yeah.
Where Yoko Taro is a nice weirdo.
Nice weirdo, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially that one time where he's like, where a guy was tweeting him at him like, Nier Automata is how I met my girlfriend, and he's like, hoping all of the attractive men die.
Yoko Taro's like fucking married.
I know. That's why it's funny.
Yeah. What if Yoko Taro takes it off and he looks like Giga Chad?
I bet he does. No, he takes it off and there's another one.
Someone should make the fucking like...
Ian, come on. He takes it off and there's another one.
Oh, that's even funnier.
Yeah.
You know the fucking meme of like the dude like in front of a whiteboard, and also sometimes people use Ben Shapiro where they're like rapidly going like and like fucking like rapidly writing shit down. Someone should do that, but it's David Cage.
Yeah,
and
average
then Giga
David
Chad
Cage.
is Yoko Taro.
Yeah. David Cage explaining why his like weird rape in Detroit is fine.
Yeah,
it's just like
Riot really pushes the narrative of the story. Yoko Taro saying they're hot because I like girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how there is a good reason in universe, but when he was asked, he just said, "Because I like girls."
Well, yeah, because you got fucking. He's like the real king shit, where you got fucking Kojima on the other end going like. Quiet needs to look like that because she's a plant woman.
She needs her skin to be exposed to get energy from the sun.
Shut the fuck up.
And it's like the old man from 3 had the same thing, and he wasn't in a fucking thong.
Yeah. Also, he wasn't in a thong. Sheer fucking like leggings. I can't remember what they're actually called. Stockings.
Yeah.
Wasn't wearing like combat boots, just for your fucking other fetish, and a leather glove on one arm. Like
he was wearing full clothes.
Yeah, like it does.
Just be like, she dresses that way because she's sexy and knows it.
Yeah,
and wants
and also,
people to think she's sexy.
Really, she should try and expose as much skin as she can. But then also, she is a woman who has to move around in combat, and she moves at super speeds. Why would she put her titties in just a bikini top? Wouldn't she want something more supportive?
Like a training bra?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sports bra, training bra, whatever.
Or that's what I meant. I meant sports bra, not
They're
training
like
bra.
the same training bras for kids. But like
that's me. My
sports
brain,
bra is the adult version. Or like she doesn't need to be
You
in
train
fucking,
for sports is how
she
I got
doesn't
that
need to be in
mixed
like
up.
some bikini thong thing.
Yeah.
She can be wearing shorts because this much skin being exposed versus this much is
negligible.
Is nothing. But if I have my whole legs uncovered, guess what? I'm getting a bunch of sun.
Yeah.
I saw like a redesign where someone did that, where they put her in like just like some normal shorts and like a fucking sports bra, and I'm like,
Yep. Even a crop top would be fine.
I just think the sports bra is necessary because she might want the support.
Yeah. Or she might want cleaves as well to be viewable.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, so let's talk about our weeks. So we're going to talk about weeks, and then we're going to talk about Loki.
Yeah, I got more things than you. So do you want me to go first?
Sure.
All right, so I've been playing Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
It's still good?
God, that game's amazing.
That's great.
It is so good.
I don't want you to spoil anything from me.
Can I just tell you one gadget thing you get?
Can I borrow? Oh, no, you got it fucking
No,
digitally,
I got it
you
digitally.
asshole.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
I think the game is very much worth the price tag.
Yeah, it's just so many games came out.
Yeah. And also, you have all these games you still haven't touched. Where I have at least finished Mass Effect.
I haven't touched Mass Effect. I bought Intergrade for the thing. Like, I got the free
You got
upgrade.
Guilty Gear by accident.
Got Guilty Gear because I forgot I pre-ordered it.
I was fucking talking to the boys, actually. I'm like, I gotta learn how to play on pad. Or else Nathan's gonna destroy me.
Wait, you've been playing it on keyboard?
No. I have a fucking fight stick.
Then bring the fight stick here when we play
fight
it.
stick currently does not support PS5.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know, it sucks.
But if it supports PS4, it should still work.
In a weird way, it doesn't.
Okay.
For it to work, I have to take plug via USB the PS4 controller into my fight stick. But then when you're playing PS5 games, no matter what, it'll always say it only works with PS5 controllers.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And it won't because it's different input.
Yeah, during the last beta when I tried to actually use it, I had to go and re-download the PS4 version of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
That sucks. Okay.
Which was noticeably slower despite the fact that I was playing on a PS5. So in the fourth level of Ratchet and Clank, you get these hover boots. But using the hover boots, you use them to press
crouch twice?
R1. What?
You crouch twice?
No.
It's not those hover boots?
It's not vertical.
Oh.
It's horizontal. It's amazing. You press R1 and you just start kind of like, woo, I'm sliding around. But then when you press L2, think like you're on fucking ice skates, boy.
Yeah.
And you start fucking pushing. And after the third push, boom! You fly across the fucking world.
Okay, so I thought it was like the jump boots in Ratchet 2, where if you crouch twice, you fly forward.
Oh, no, because that also uses Clank as like with this helicopter, which is funny. Clank's helicopter ability, fucking pointless in this game.
Yeah.
Because I think in previous Ratchet, like the remake, they were like, oh no, he's got like little hover boots that help him like guide down.
Oh yeah.
So when you're without Clank, because you are at some points in
you
this
can
game,
still glide.
You can still glide. But then
so I always turned Clank off the helicopter and turned him onto the jet one.
Yeah, but that's only in the PS2 games.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now so you can use this thing to get around. But then the thing is you switch between Rivet and Ratchet throughout the game. Rivet never gets the boots, but she has them.
Oh,
so or Ratchet never gets this fucking like super slingshot thing they get.
Yeah,
but it's like they just get them whenever the other person gets it.
Okay.
Obviously, for gameplay reasons, they don't want to be like, oh, it sucks to play as one but plays as the other. Yeah. But if you go and get those hover boots, there is jumping like platforming with a Rivet. You don't have to do anymore.
That's great.
And it's just, oh man, there's too many weapons though. Some of them are just garbage.
That's a classic Ratchet.
That's a classic Ratchet and Clank. But they still got the Agents of Doom. Do you remember those little guys?
Oh yeah.
Little fucking chompy boys. They look like the Barks dog.
I prefer Mr. Zircon, who did a similar thing. Like who also fought for you.
I think that's Zircon Jr.
Well, it was originally Mr. Zircon, and I'm sure now it's Zircon Jr.
Was Mr. Zircon the weapons vendor?
No, he shoots for you. He was a weapon, and now there's Mrs. Zircon, who's a weapons vendor.
Yeah, and then there's Zircon Jr. as well, who is voiced by the guy who does Invader Zim.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, because of course it has to be. It's weird though. Actually, this is in the trailer.
Okay.
There's 2 Nefariouses.
Oh, yeah?
Sorry.
I missed that. But there's, I'm guessing,
well, because it's an alternate reality.
Oh, okay. There's
where
one in each
reality,
universe. Okay.
the reality
That makes
Rivetson,
sense.
Nefarious owns the galaxy.
Yep.
Different voice actors.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's just like, okay, that's weird, but also
Dr. Nefarious.
Yeah, he's like too much of a
him.
little bitch boy to like.
I love that voice though. It's so funny. I love when he glitches out. He's dumb.
Yeah,
that's great.
Fucking
Or the best part is when he just like stops and it starts playing music.
There's just some. I don't think that's a thick character.
That's not in
anymore.
this one.
Yeah.
Oh, that
he
was
seems
funny.
like he's very put together in this one. Unfortunately,
that was funny in PS2.
But there's these little fucking aliens you meet at one point. They have Minnesotan accents.
Oh, eh?
Yeah, exactly. You like go up to them and they're like, "Oh, Rivide, hey, welcome back to the
How
base.
you doing?
Welcome back to the planet. We tried to hold them off, eh?"
Yeah. Oh, we killed a lot of them.
Oh yeah, we killed a
We
bunch.
mutilated them too.
Yeah.
I saw some people cannibalizing the corpses.
There's a bunch of really fun shit in this game.
That's great. Yeah, I just don't want to be spoiled.
Oh, you know what?
I will play this.
They do have a new version of Zircon,
Yeah.
Mr. Zircon. It's called like Mrs. Fungal.
Oh, okay.
Or no, it's called Mr. Fungal. And then when you get it to max level, it's called Mrs. Fungal, because when originally you just throw out one and it's like this floating mushroom who shoots things for you. But then at max level, it throws out the 2 because they're married now.
Yeah. That's cute.
Yeah.
That's great. I am very hype. I'm going to talk a little bit more about Trails of Cold Steel. Trails of Cold Steel, I'm really enjoying my way through it. Again, very comfy. I like coming home to it. It's like nice. But man, have they done some fucking dumb anime bullshit. And there's shit that I can give permissions to. Like, there's like a falls the titty in the face or whatever thing at the beginning. But it's sorted out fast enough. It's not annoying enough to be a problem.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever. Right? But then later on, just God, does your character's adopted sister, younger sister, just want to fuck you.
Oh.
And it's like beyond 20 hours into the game.
Sword Art Online.
Right, but it's like near, I'm like 30, I got there at like 30, 35 hours in the game before you get to the part where it's like clear she has a crush on her older adoptive brother. And it's like, come the fuck on. Like, I'm already in the game. Like, I'm already far enough. I'm going to beat the game.
Well, hey, Nathan. You just don't understand.
Don't use the Kermit voice to make incest
The
okay.
societal differences. In Japan, it's fine to marry your first cousin.
This is your adoptive sister.
Eat my pussy, Batman.
Don't. Fuck. Give me cunnilingus and analingus, Batman.
Okay, go on.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I just wanted to say that.
That was a wall.
Give me cunnilingus. Yay!
If you go on too long with the voice, or like
Yeah,
when
it just
when
stops
you do
working.
it, it just comes Ray Romano.
Yeah.
Yeah, but go on.
Okay,
about
yeah.
the game.
So that's stupid anime bullshit.
That's unfortunate.
There's like a lolly character where I'm like, is she being sexualized
Futaba?
that much? No. Futaba's not a lolly. This character is like actual 12. Like, they're all high school aged. But there's a character who's...
Nathan, Lolly's body type.
Fuck you. Futaba's as tall as everybody else.
No, she's not.
She's like slightly shorter. She's not like tiny.
She's not.
She doesn't look like a child.
She is the shortest, but Makoto and Anne are much taller, and I think Haru is just slightly taller than her.
Yeah, but that's like she has the balls on her hair. And Haru's the oldest, right? Or Haru and Makoto are
Haru
older.
and Makoto are both in the third year.
Yeah. But yeah, it's dumb. I don't like the lolly character.
Actually, know who is the shortest?
Who?
Canonically, it's Tay. She's like 4'11".
Oh, what the fuck?
Do you ever look at her shoes?
Oh, right, because you wear super high heels.
She has giant platform shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's fucking straight up tiny woman. You could throw
Which
her
again,
around.
not being tall versus being short does not change your age. Like, whatever. There are lots of short adult women.
Don't know any. Yeah, actually, I actually don't.
You don't know anybody who's like tiny?
Actually, I don't think I do. You know, I think I do, but I just can't. I'm not gonna give any names.
Yeah.
All right. Bad person who that cheated on her boyfriend.
Like multiple boyfriends?
Yeah, but most recently it was with a guy you weren't into.
Yeah.
And a friend.
Okay. Yeah. She's not that short.
Okay, see, that's one of the shortest women I was thinking of.
Is she that short? Maybe she just wears high shoes. Because I was like, isn't she taller than the other person who has the same name as her?
Big Boobs lives in London.
Yeah, she's pretty short.
Okay, is her sister's tall, isn't she?
Her sister's taller than her.
Yeah.
I see people on fucking Bumble who are like fucking 4'11".
Me and Anthony got like this long ranting session before about like girls who are like 4'11" saying they'll only date dudes over 6 feet tall. And it's like, you don't get a choice. You don't get to say that.
Yeah.
Because there's women who are 5'10" and 6 feet tall who want to say that but don't want to look like bitches.
Yeah.
So don't be rude to them.
Also, that's an awkward height.
What, 4'11"?
4'11" to fucking 6 foot. That's like...
It's a full foot.
Yeah.
That's here.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That's like...
That's below my titty.
That's like, you know, you're walking down the street with your daughter. Oh, you're making out? You're with your daughter? Oh, she's just your girlfriend and she's tiny? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm watching you.
There's something wrong with you, buddy.
Yeah. You're fucked up. You shouldn't be 1.5 feet taller than your girlfriend. Sorry, bro.
Yeah.
But anyway, Trails of Cold Steel, I like it. I still like the majority of the game. There's still lots of great stuff that I enjoy in it, and I like the world building, and I like a lot of the characters. I even like don't mind the character of the Loli character. Like, I think she's fun or whatever. But I just don't like I'm worried they're gonna sexualize her.
They're going to.
Yeah.
Wait, Lolly character as in the actual one who is like a
literally
child?
Like literally 12 or 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause here's the thing. Lolly's has changed. And it like
Lolly has always changed.
It used to be she's a short woman with a petite frame. Now it's like literally is a child.
It was always literally is a child, and then it became like
you know
legally not a child, but looks like a child.
Yeah, you know what? My bad.
Yeah.
I think there's just characters that have been defined as lollies that I'm like, I'm into that. But then there's ones that I'm like, that's a child.
Yeah.
Like, I won't bring up Persona because that's the classic pedophile one.
Wait.
Like you could, like if Futaba was of age, like an adult age. I mean, for like, I'm into that.
Yeah, I dated Futaba in that game.
Yeah, I know. But also, when you're in that game, you're role playing as a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
Actually, 16.
But, 16.
Yeah, but like, so it's different. But like, Futaba doesn't necessarily look like a child.
There's adults that look like Futaba, yeah.
Yeah, but then it's just like, oh, it's a blah. I think it's literally all in the hips.
I don't know.
Because if someone draws a woman that is supposedly in their 20s or whatever, above 18, but then has them like a fucking block, like if they're lolly height, like fucking 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
They're like, if they're just a block, I'm like, that's a child. If it's like flat up top, but then they got that at like the hip, I'm like, you know what, that's fine.
But we know people who are women who are built like super fucking like
they still have
with the hips.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
They still have hip. I know. I could say two.
Barely.
Yeah, but it's there. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
But cartoons is
you need to fucking
it's an accentuation. So if it's not there in a cartoon, that's a child. If it's minorly there, that's pushing it. If it's there, that's what the equivalent is of the women I'm talking about.
Okay. But anyway, I like this game a lot. I'm probably going to play the sequels, but man, are there elements of it that are annoying me now, where I'm like, come on.
But is it story or gameplay elements? I know you're more of a story guy, but gameplay stuff is more you have to
the
deal
gameplay's
with.
fine. It's a fucking turn-based RPG.
Yeah, there you go.
Hard to be wrong with it. But Yeah, it's just those like dumb anime bullshit things that are happening in the story and stuff. Because like, God, why does his sister want to fuck him and nobody's weird about that? Nobody's like, that's not cool.
Japan.
Right, but like in Japan, people would be like, that's fucking weird.
No, they just wouldn't talk about it.
Yeah,
they would just let it go.
But somebody would be like, in this one, it's like, come on, dude, he's breaking her heart, and it's like, she's his fucking sister.
Yeah.
Like, this other girl who's friends with the sister is like, I want to date fucking protagonist kun. Or, sorry, protagonist senpai. And the sister's like jealous. And it's like, bro, you're fucking, what the fuck? And nobody's not cool with this? Everyone's fine with it.
Japan.
Yeah. I think the people who make this game also are huge Devil May Cry fans.
That's possible. Everyone loves
because
like,
some of the like special moves or whatever is like rapid thrust, and it's literally the fucking million stab. And like there's like a move that's like literally called like the Gale Stinger, which somebody does with a spear, but it's like it's a stinger motion, but it shoots out like wind magic. And then like the main character clearly has like a devil trigger, and it makes his hair white. And I was like, people who make this game love Devil May Cry. It has to be.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, and then you were gonna talk about some game that I've never heard of, which is first for you.
This was a game this fucking game.
Yeah, I would like it, or
you would hate it.
Really?
Would you pull up the trailer for me real quick
on the computes?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is called Class of 09.
Mm-hmm.
It is known as a rejection simulator. It is the most edgiest shit. You might have to put on actual like it's called the anti-visual novel. Like put on or either click on that and just watch the trailer on Steam.
Okay.
It is like super edgy. It's like they just very casually bring up like, sexual assault, how teachers are pedophiles. But like I was watching, my friend plays a lot of visual novels. And she was streaming this because we were like, wow, this is a weird one. And I had it muted for hours. Then I fucking unmuted it, and immediately the first dude's voice, I'm like, that's Soul Brother number 3.
Yeah.
Who makes a bunch of like anime. And,
is that the guy who did the fucking Case Closed one?
Yes, Case Closed.
Oh my god, that's great.
He's the guy in this. So there's multiple times where characters say, I'm going to kill myself, and your character can just say, yeah, I don't care.
That's on purpose, though.
No, it's like entirely like this is supposed to be super edgy.
But like it's on purpose edgy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's by Soul Brother number 9.
That's what I said.
Like, no, but he's not just the main character. He made the game.
Oh,
it's just written and directed by.
That's what I was saying as well. And all the people
So it's funny.
Yeah.
It's like on purpose funny.
It's hilarious, actually.
Okay. So you're like, it's edgy. I'm like, is it so? But it's on purpose funny edgy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not like edgy like, oh, I'm gonna shoot up the school, and the hot chick's like, oh my god, that's so brave and daring of you. I'm actually gonna fuck you.
Yeah, but it's like a bit.
It's like this. You play as this
because he has some great rejection jokes in fucking those videos he makes.
Yeah, which I I usually watch them when I'm a bit hammered.
Yeah.
Not as funny. I think there's something.
I've only seen them sober, and I think
yeah, but I think you've only seen Taste Closed, which is the one I should have shown people. Because the Yu Yu Hakusho ones are very early.
Yeah.
And also, it's very big. The Yu Yu Hakusho
Taste Closed is so good.
Yeah, but
he's like, come on, how could one person make that jump? If you bone slide.
If you boneless 720.
Yeah, if you boneless 720 over the rail, you can make it.
No, he's like, if you boneless 50-50 with a full special meter, and they're like, by God, you're right.
Yeah, and that's so fucking good. And then he's like, kicks the thing. He's like, fuck, it's funny.
There's a guy in a wheelchair, and he says, judging by the alibis, only one dude could do it, and he points at the guy in the wheelchair with a broken cast, and he's like, you might want to check your eyes, kid. I got a broken leg. And he's like, yeah, you could check your geography. And he whips a fucking glove. He whips a glove. He does like a really good. He does. I would say that's a Team 4-star level dub.
It's above, honestly. Like,
it tells
I think
you the story, but it's doing comedy. Actually, yeah, it is above because he also edits in his own music.
It's like more funny.
And it fits the theme.
Yeah.
And it's more going for actual proper jokes.
I would watch like 80 of those. I wish he did 80 of them.
He does a bunch of like actual live action stuff, which I should probably watch because he is funny.
Yeah.
It's just that he does go for cringe comedy sometimes.
Yeah.
And like, but you know, it's a good time. If it's like $10 on Steam,
I might check it out.
and it has multiple endings. There's 15 different endings, and there's like we found one.
Yeah.
Where you're talking to a teacher, and he might say some white supremacy ass shit.
That's funny.
And you can let it go, or you can join the movement. But then the fucking funny thing is, as soon as that comes up, you are on a set 2 ending path.
Yeah.
Which is either like you become a white supremacist, or everyone else around you become a white supremacist.
That's great.
It is so funny.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was actually trying to think of another joke, but it was a clip from the show where he's like, you know what? Let me get a hit of that, and Jordan Peele's just like, no, you can't handle this. He's like, I've been smoking weed since the 90s, bro. You think I can't? You think weed has changed that much that I can't fucking handle it? And he's like, no, you can't. Because you already had a hit of this an hour ago, and you've had the same conversation 15 times now.
That's a good bit.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Loki.
It's Loki time. We're back to talk about
We're
Marvel.
back to Marvel, baby.
We can't get away.
You know you love it.
Because there's no other like weekly TV shows, and we didn't watch Invincible week by week because I was a dick about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I watched episodes 1 and 2 this week.
All right, great. And I watched episode 2 this week. I watched episode 1 last week.
Yeah.
I think Loki is pretty fun. I'm enjoying it so
I think
far.
it's fun. I think the first episode is very slow and just feels
it's
more
very
like,
much set up. That's what I was saying.
It feels more like a recap. I liked it when he saw his future.
That was
thing,
a good pet.
because this is a different Loki. It's a Loki from 2012 and not the Loki who dies in 2017.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool. Thought it was a good moment that they did, where he cried about his mom dying. Also, the robot scanner, very funny time.
That was good.
Yeah, where he's,
I think the entire show is very funny and charming. Like
but that's the show.
I like the aesthetic. I like the vibes.
The like weird like late 80s, early
like
70s shit. Like the shit Archer does.
Yeah. I think like being in live action, I think it like works better than Archer does because like Archer's not real, right?
Yeah, and also Archer really likes to skirt the line of we use like MS-DOS computers, but we have like javelins.
Yeah, and I mean like...
And not the weapon, not like the spear, as in like the heat-seeking guided missiles.
Yeah.
Or that we have like Blackhawks, which actually, that existed in the 70s.
You know what that just made me think of is if they do a new James Bond, they should make it a period piece.
They should always make those period pieces. Because one... then we'd be okay with all the sexual harassment.
Yeah.
That's why Austin Powers is so good.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Austin Powers 1 and 2 aren't period pieces. They both
not.
happened in the 90s, don't they?
Yeah, they're both happening in Mate and Day, but he's from the 60s.
Yeah. But then even then, him of the 60s is still more progressive as early 2000s James Bond.
Yeah.
And then the first time they actually did a period piece was with Beyonce. And then did nothing daring about it.
Yeah.
Where they never said... anything racist.
Yep.
God, I would love an Austin Powers 4, but also I would not.
I don't care. It's over.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't need... everything doesn't have to come back.
Yeah, it's like if some... well, here's the thing. An Austin... out of Mike Myers' like repertoire...
yeah.
An Austin Powers 4, I think I might enjoy seeing it.
Yeah.
A Wayne's World 3 would make me want to kill myself.
Well, don't worry. You got that question
With the
answered
Uber
with
Eats
the Uber
commercial.
Eats commercial.
Yeah. Where they go like, and we got our guest, Cardi B. And I'm like, they like music, but they like rock and metal. They would not.
I don't even care. That's fine. That's who cares.
It was fun that they had it, but I'm just like, God, this feels like Mike
That's
Myers
fine.
is one of those dudes.
The
who's
problem is the fucking advertisement of it. It doesn't matter if... because you could have them... if they made a new movie and Cardi B was in it, that'd be fucking
if they
fine.
did a fucking bit where like...
They
his parents like moved down to Florida, or actually they'd probably be dead at this point.
Yeah.
And he took over the entire house that they did Wayne's World 1 in.
Yeah.
Where like they shot it in the basement, and now it's his house.
Yeah.
But he does Wayne's World full time in the basement, and he has like major celebrities come through, I think that'd be very funny.
Yeah.
But it's just like you couldn't bring back Cassandra. You would have to make it about some other chick, but then she would also be like way too young, be like gross.
Yeah, I mean, Bill and Ted 3 they managed to pull off.
But that's
really
because
well.
they made them parents.
Yeah.
So unless you make Wayne and Garth parents,
yeah.
Because actually,
At this
Garth
po-
is like an
at this point,
weird
though,
pussy
like-
magnet in the
Yeah,
in the.
but like at this point, to do that thing, it's like Jay and Silent Bob reboot did it, and it's fine in that.
Yeah.
Fucking, I think it's funny that they point out that like Kevin Smith's kid looks more like Jason Mewes than Kevin Smith, which is good. Because he's Jay's she's Jay's daughter in the movie.
Yeah, because she looks like her mom,
Yeah.
and her mom's a tall blonde.
No, her mom's brunette.
She was a blonde in Clerks.
She's blonde in Clerks too.
Yeah.
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 But yeah,
Can't remember her name anymore. I used to know it.
Harley Quinn Smith or
No,
Jen Schwalbach.
Jen Schwalbach. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, because like I used to listen to the fucking like Smodcast.
I used to
podcast.
listen to them a lot. Yeah.
But
back
then
in the
they
day.
like I was listening to he did like a show with Ralph Garman,
Hollywood Babylon.
Hollywood Babylon. Yeah, it was really funny.
Yeah.
And even my dad liked listening to
Yeah.
it. Like whenever you pick me up to like go to his house, I would like put it on. My dad like would laugh at it. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's crazy. My dad doesn't laugh. He doesn't enjoy comedy. He thinks Archie Bunker is funny.
Okay.
But then like I just got to a point where I was listening and Kevin Smith like within 10 episodes told the same story twice. And I was like, nah, I'm not.
Yeah, that's what happens with
Kevin Smith has too many podcasts.
That's also when you're a pothead.
Yeah, but then also he had like the Smodcast.
Yep.
He did Hollywood Babylon.
Jay and
He
Silent
had-
Bob Get Old.
Yeah, they had tons. He just told the same stories all the time.
I saw Jay and Silent Bob Get Old live at one point.
How was it?
It was pretty cool.
Cool. Anyways, back to Loki.
Anyway, Loki's great. It's really enjoyable. The second episode I think is better than the first because more shit happens in it.
All right, but one second. Let's talk about the world we're kind of thrown in here.
Okay.
So Loki gets.
Oh, the time variance authorities like backstory, that propaganda that they made.
What's the propaganda that they made?
Okay,
Oh, the thing that Grey Delisle says.
it's not Great Delisle. It's Tara Strong.
Fuck, I got it wrong because I sent you that other thing about Grey Delisle today.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, Tara Strong's in it. It
Yeah.
sounds exactly like Tara Strong.
Yeah.
Just great.
she's doing like a little southern accent.
She's done that voice before though.
Oh, I'm sure she is. She's
Yeah.
done every voice before. That's not fair.
Yeah. Well, she's no Jennifer Hale.
Yeah. Jennifer Hale does the same voice and everything, but people just like it.
No, I don't think that's true. Actually, I meant
Yeah.
to bring this up with Ratchet and Clank because her voice in Mass Effect is like a lot huskier and deeper. Her voice in Ratchet is very cartoony, and then also I was thinking of her character in Overwatch, but that one's just a little more biased because she's a Southerner.
Right, but she's like for her though, she's like doing higher and lower pitch essentially of the same voice. Whereas Tara Strong, like Timmy Turner isn't some of her other characters. I'm trying to fucking remember.
Timmy
all her shit.
Turner is her boy voice. Every female voice actress has a little boy voice.
Right, but she has a couple boy voices. Cuz she
Does
was
she?
also Ben 10, I think, at one point. Wasn't she?
I think Ben. Yeah, that's just but that's like adjusting the register. I could
Right.
hear that as being the same thing.
Yeah, but I think Tara Strong has the ability to, I think, like disappear into a bunch of characters. Like she was.
I think I
Raven-
just might be too aware of it now that I just
Yeah.
recognize it.
I
But
can
I'm sure,
recognize
like
it now.
for a kid. Well,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's probably some kid who's growing up right now who goes like, "Oh, this character, what?"
Yeah.
For like whatever.
Well,
other
I'm sure
equivalent.
when we were kids, I mean, you were like, Raven from Teen Titans is the same voice as Timmy Turner.
Who did Mandy from Billy and Mandy?
It wasn't her.
Who did it though?
Somebody else. I don't know. We need to talk about Loki. Anyway, they're like, there was a bunch of timelines and there was a multiverse war, and now there's only one true timeline.
Now I have a question because you
Yeah.
called this propaganda.
It's obviously propaganda.
Okay, but because you're more familiar with the actual comic
No,
books,
no.
so I was wondering if this was a.
This isn't a comic thing. In the comics, there's a million multiverses. Like we're Earth 616 for a reason.
So is the Marvel Cinematic Universe trying to say that there is only one canon universe then?
So the Marvel I don't think that's the MCU saying that.
I think that's the TVA
the
is saying that.
TVA's propaganda, when in reality there is a multiverse and they're just being lied to by the Timekeepers, who aren't good guys
What if
necessarily.
the the timekeepers
Yep.
all think that? What if there is multiple realities where there's all 3 different timekeepers thinking that they melded the realities into one, but really 3 dudes just showed up and said, the war is over.
Yeah, right.
This is where time is. And the same speech happened 5,000 million different times.
Yeah, I think that'd be funny. I think some people are implying that one of the timekeepers looks a bit like Jonathan Majors, who we know is playing Kang the Conqueror, and especially because it's the timekeeper that's constantly seen behind that girl judge, the woman judge, and in the comics, she's involved romantically with Kang the Conqueror, and so like people are like, oh, that timekeeper might be Kang.
Okay.
So Kang the Conqueror is a time-traveling descendant of Reed Richards, who's a bad guy.
Who's just always a bad guy.
He does bad guy shit.
I recently saw a video from Moose Zero where he talked about the Council of Reed Richards.
Oh, that's what the Council of Ricks is based on.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
Because, you know what? I was going to say, because Reed Richards. Reed Ricks.
Rich.
Yeah. Yeah, but so the thing I actually wanted to bring up.
Yep.
When they reset a timeline,
they just kill everybody.
They kill everybody.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
everyone dies.
Technically the canon timeline still happens, but they did go to some reality and just kill a bunch of people.
Yeah, they've killed everybody.
Yeah. It's just like...
Every time they do that, an entire universe of people die.
Yeah. And it slowly spreads out until we are back on the main canon timeline.
Yeah.
It's fun. The paperweight joke was still funny.
That's great.
Yeah. Because also, the Infinity Stones are magic.
Yeah.
So they are worthless in the TVA because magic doesn't work there.
Yeah. I wonder...
Thank God they did not put that robot joke in the trailer. Where Loki... to make sure you're not a robot.
No, I'm a robot. Am I?
And then he's like sitting there because like they put in the fucking like, please sign that this is everything you have ever said in your whole life.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? And then it's like, ugh.
This is stupid. And this too.
Yeah.
Even though like you'd think the pile would be bigger because he's over 1,000 years old.
Yeah. Well, okay. They made it look like that was what it would print off a new thing.
Yeah.
Every time he said one thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like there would be multiple days on the pages.
No, it's pages and pages.
Because they probably started printing it off when he first got arrested. That's why it's that big of a stack. It was just like pages and pages of everything he's ever said in his life. But then because he is saying new additional things since he's been in the TVA, they had to print out one additional new page.
I think the TVA is kind of the bad guy is where they're going with this. Like, because they're assholes.
I think they're going to do the thing they always do that they do with government agencies where it's like the TVA aren't the bad guys. The people in charge, or at least one of them is the bad guy. Like, I don't think Owen Wilson will end up being the bad guy.
No, I think Owen Wilson's going to be a good guy, and they're going to have to fight against the fucking...
Owen Wilson is there to straight up try and capture someone who is outside of their own time.
Yeah.
That's his whole deal. Whatever bigger nonsense is going on where Kang the Conqueror, is that the guy's name?
Yep.
Is like coming in and fucking like forcing like timelines to go in the way they want it to go, because that's how else would you be a villain for a timekeeper?
Exactly.
So
King the Conqueror is not normally a timekeeper in the comics. He's just he worked at the TVA, or he's like somehow related to it.
Did you have you been on TikTok recently?
No, I actually haven't in a little while.
There was a joke, you know the audio from The Good Place?
Yeah.
Where Janet shows up and she's like, Michael, I found Eleanor Shellstrop's file.
Oh, yeah.
He's like,
okay, that's
do you actually have it, or do you have a cactus?
Or is it a cactus?
But this time it was, they replaced it. They used the same audio, but they texted it as, Michael, I have finally found hints of Mephisto being in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And he's like,
is it really Mephisto, or is it nothing?
Is it really a Mephisto, or is it nothing? She's like, I'm absolutely sure it's Mephisto. Because that first, when she points at like the picture of like the
devil.
kid,
that's supposed to be Loki, is who that is.
Well, yeah, it's got horns, so that makes sense.
And Loki, much like the devil, was cast down from heaven.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's who they're talking about.
Yep.
But of course, every Marvel fan just heard Mephisto, because, House of M.
Yeah, House of M?
Not happening yet. Relax.
Potentially. Probably, maybe in the Multiverse of Madness we're going to get a little bit of Mephisto. It could be getting a little bit of Mephisto.
I think it's annoying that they were like, Bob Iger... No, not Bob Iger.
Kevin Feige
was like, we're gonna wait to put the mutants in. I'm like, you had so many fucking moments already.
Yeah.
You could have said that people who were zooped away, half of them that came back ended up with mutant powers.
I want the X-Men to already exist.
More more mutants.
Yeah. Yes, more mutants would have been way easier also.
Yeah. The thing that would suck about bringing them in like that is like Wolverine doesn't exist. Unless you make him
But also I don't think you could do Wolverine because like
Wolverine has
Hugh Jackman's take on that character is so iconic that I don't think you could get someone else to play it in our lifetime.
Yeah, we might need to just ignore Wolverine for a while.
What I would say is just go straight to having a Laura Kinney Wolverine.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Like just X-23. And because everybody saw Logan, so you can just be like, yeah, it's fucking X-23.
I think a Professor X could still exist, obviously. A Magneto could exist.
Do you know who'd be a great Professor X or Magneto? Giancarlo Esposito.
We can't keep giving him everything. He's great, but we can't keep giving him everything.
Or Dr. Doom. He could be Dr. Doom as well.
That would be a good one.
Yeah.
He just has too... I think his face is too associated. I don't even watch Breaking Bad, but whenever I see Giancarlo Esposito, I'm just like, oh, it's Gus.
Yeah.
It's just he's too... Even in fucking Mandalorian, I'm like, oh, Gus.
Yeah. I think he's too good at bad guys, so I think give him a Magneto or give him a Dr. Doom.
I think we should just like go out there and let's try someone new. Because remember, did you ever see the thing back in the day when it was like Thor movie gets its casting and they cast two relative unknowns as the main characters and it was Chris Hemsworth and Tom Hiddleston? Yeah. It's like, let's get that again. Let's get some fucking unknowns in there. Or even Tom Holland didn't have anything going.
No, not really.
Yeah.
That's fine. I mean, get relative unknowns, sure, but sometimes you want big name actors for big name roles as well.
No, I think big name actors for villains is a good thing to do.
Yeah, they keep doing that and then giving them nothing to do, like Mads Mikkelsen in fucking Doctor Strange, where he has nothing to do in that fucking movie.
He gets jobbed. He's nothing.
And he's such a talented actor.
Yeah, and he's also... They use him once effectively.
Yeah.
Where when Stephen Strange introduces himself and he's just confused, he's like, "That's not a name."
Yeah.
So now let's go to episode 2 of Loki.
Yeah.
Episode 1, not a lot happens.
It's mostly
he gets
setup.
recruited. It's a big setup. Episode 2, he is now an employee,
sort of,
indentured servitude.
Yep.
He has a jacket that says Variant that everyone laughs at him for.
Yep. They have that bit where he's like knows more about his own powers than they do.
Yeah.
And they all laugh at him.
Because they don't respect magic.
Yeah.
They think it's some dumb bullshit, and he's like, "Well, no, you called it an illusion, but actually, it's a proper doppelganger."
I can do illusions, but I can also do doppelgangers, which are different.
And then, so then they go to where's the first? They go to a Ren fair.
Yeah, they go to the Ren fair where Loki just kidnapped one person and murdered some other people.
Yeah, it was weird that they just did that.
I need a hero.
This song's come up way too many times.
3 times this week.
Yeah.
It's in the trailer for the Guardians of the Galaxy game. Yeah. It was in the trailer for the He-Man cartoon.
Yeah.
And then now it's in this episode of Loki.
So Loki tries to bullshit his way into getting some more power, I guess.
Well, he's like trying to fuck with them.
He's trying to fuck with them, but then
to make the time like red line to see what happens.
But then Owen Wilson finds him out, but then in the next time he comes up with the actual real one, which is
the apocalypse events.
I'm going to live I would live wherever apocalypse would happen because anything I do wouldn't mean anything. And then
everybody who sees it dies.
They go to Pompeii and
to test it.
And they test it and it was true.
Yep.
Because there can be no timeline differences for someone who cannot tell anyone else about it.
And then they talk about a bunch of future shit that's really fucking dire.
Yeah, where it's like
global warming wipes out the fucking swallow. Oh, this town that's owned entirely by one company gets wiped out by a hurricane.
Yeah.
Climate disasters.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you think the Avengers would decide to stop this shit?
Did you hear the thing about Texas recently?
Oh, the power grid thing?
Well, there was the power grid thing that happened with the cold.
Yeah.
When there was that freak snowfall. And they were just like, we didn't prepare for the snow because this is Texas.
Yeah.
And then now it got too hot and they were saying, hey guys, can you turn off your AC? Because it's our power grid can't handle it.
Yeah.
Really? In Texas? Your power group can't handle air conditioning?
Well, it's because, and somebody was pointing out, like, they were like, well, we can't, somebody was like, our power grid's already fucked up. We can't deal with, green energy. And it's like, yeah, because,
You won't let it.
No, because it's like,
deal.
yeah, you're right. You can't use solar or wind power because, you don't get much sun or wind in Texas.
Yeah, that's crazy. That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't get lots
they're
of sun.
totally right.
Yeah.
All right, so then also they find out Loki's right, start listening to him.
Yeah. They go to Roxcart.
They go to Rockstar or whatever the fuck
Roxcart.
Roxcart, and they go inside from a storm, and he uses magic to dry himself.
That's great.
And the lady cop who keeps fucking with him goes like, "What'd you do?" And he's like, "I dried myself
with magic.
With magic.
I don't want to have my boots be squeaky,
Yeah.
making an ass of myself." Yep.
Which is great because when he's like absolutely a proper threat to them.
Yep.
In the real world.
Yeah, a bit more of a threat. Like, obviously, he got fucking jobbed right at the beginning of the show.
Because he didn't know what he was coming up against.
Yeah.
Because he thought he was like, whatever, I'm Loki. I'm kind of Asgardian, but I'm also more of a...
Frost giant.
I'm a frost giant, so I'm already naturally stronger than all of them.
Yep.
So then he's like, there's no way this normal human can hit me and hurt me.
Yeah.
Because if you punch Thor, he doesn't react. Yeah. And then she punches him, and she's like, "You're feeling that pain, but over like
1/16th time."
Yeah. So like you're feeling it the whole time.
Yeah.
As like a normal second passes.
Yeah,
and then they go through the area. I feel like this episode just kind of like just went.
They go through the thing. They find out the plan. Loki meets somebody possessed by Loki.
And then they just keep possessing other people.
Yep.
And Loki like calls their magic like punk shit or whatever the fuck. Just keeps going on.
And then he's like, "I'm gonna take over the timekeepers." And then like the other Loki's
I'll use
like,
a number
"Who gives
2.
a fuck?"
And she's like, "Who fucking cares? They're not the real goal."
Yeah. And then, spoiler alert, turns out it's a girl.
It's Lady Loki.
Well, people are saying, "Oh, is it Lady Loki, or is it Sylvana, something like that?"
Is like what, like a Loki descendant or something?
Yeah, so there's a character who is like got the powers of Loki, who's a Young Avengers type character, like more of a villain though. And she like turns out she was created whole cloth by Loki.
Okay.
But she's got the one horn missing, like Loki from Loki, Agent of Asgard.
She had a horn missing? I thought she just had two small horns.
She had one that was cut off, which is what Loki wears in Loki, Agent of Asgard, where he's a younger Loki who's a good guy.
Yeah. Wasn't his deal to go help them as a variant is that he would get his place back? Like he would just go back to how he was?
Because
or that was how he was lying.
They lied to him, and then he was like, "I'll never be able to go back." And it's like, "Yep."
But somehow he's just going to be able to come back. Like literally, if they look, I feel like they could just fucking straight up be like, post credits for Thor: Love and Thunder. Loki just shows up. Like, fucking Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
Ends in a marriage between Thor and Jane Foster.
Yeah.
And Loki crashes the wedding.
That'd be great.
Like it's literally like a post credits sequence,
yeah.
or like the mid post credits where it's like iconic credits, like woo, these are the main characters.
Yeah.
This is the director, Kevin Feige. And then it's like a new scene that's like 1 to 4 minutes long.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the scene, Loki wearing his dumbass giant helmet, but wearing like the fucking like old timey like fashionable coat, pops into the wedding.
I have been blessed with glorious purpose.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Or just be like, because at the end of in Infinity War, he's like, this won't be the last time we meet.
He said the sun will shine upon us once again.
Once again. And then so he'll be like, because he watched that. So now he's like, the sun has shined on us once again, brother. And then Thor's like, Loki!
Yeah, but this also is, Loki is a piece of shit.
No, but he learned he's better.
No, because you can't watch something that if I showed you a video of you yourself in the future where you just threw away all your assets in your life and became a monk, you would just be like, wow, I did that. Let's go do something else. Loki doesn't have any of the character growth. None of the time.
He's got.
You can't just
I think him watching it has gotten him some, because he cried about his mom dying. He cried about his dad dying, and finally calling him his son. Like,
I think he's at the point in the story. I think he's still pre-Ragnarok,
Yeah.
but he's definitely post-Dark World.
Yeah.
Which is an in-between period where he wasn't with Thor, and he really doesn't have any character development without Thor. But, you know.
Yeah, he's like, I think he's like not as bad as he was during that movie because of like what the time thing.
He's definitely a better person than he was. Also because Tom Hiddleston is playing a character, and he's just like, you really can't just say, hey, go back to the fucking version of the character 5 years ago. Yeah, 8 years ago. So.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying the show.
How many episodes is this one?
Huh?
How many episodes is Loki?
I don't know. I think maybe 6, maybe 8. I'm not sure.
God, I hope it's 8. I feel like it's not going
to. I think they already announced it's going to get a season 2.
Yeah, but they all fucking do that. They just know.
But WandaVision isn't.
Because WandaVision doesn't need a season 2. WandaVision is a one hit.
And Falcon and Winter Soldier is getting a new Captain America 4, or whatever it's going to be called.
Well, I think it's going to be called Captain America and the Winter Soldier 2.
Captain America and the Winter Soldier. And it's like, wow, there's a movie called Captain America, the Winter Soldier. And then there's a movie called Captain America and the Winter Soldier. That'd be dumb.
Yeah, or maybe it's called like...
Serpent Society. Let's get into the Serpent Society, baby.
Maybe they'll call it like fucking... Yeah, it'll be Captain America and the Winter Soldier and then a subtitle.
Captain America and the Winter Soldier in Serpent Society. Or whatever.
Yeah. Do you think with Hawkeye we're going to get more of Agent 19? Or whatever the fuck?
Agent 13?
No, Julia Louis-Dreyfus' character.
Oh, her? I don't know. I think she's supposed to show up in Black Widow.
Maybe. That's supposed to come out next month, right?
Yeah.
God, I just want them to fucking open theaters here.
Yeah.
God, I'm sick of it. I was on Discord last night.
Yeah.
One of these motherfuckers, because like some of them have moved outside of the state now.
Yeah.
Because of jobs, and they were like, "Oh yeah, Fast and the Furious comes out next week, right?" And he was just like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh yeah, I'll probably come back so we can watch it." And I'm like, "Fuck you guys, that's my shit."
That's funny.
I can't even see it because Vin Diesel's like, "You gotta see it in the movies."
They've never. We did this bit last week.
I will do this bit forever.
Yeah.
Because SNL actually did a very funny version of it.
Yeah.
Where they had Beck Beckett sit in the theater with a bald cap, and he's like, "The movies, the popcorn with the butter that doesn't look like butter." He just talked the sticky the time when you walk and your feet get stuck to the floor for that brief millisecond. The movies.
I love the movies. I'm Vin Diesel.
We can't have movie theaters open because we're not in phase 3 of the reopening plan, but also we have a fucking variant that's gonna fuck over our entire place.
If you don't watch Fast 9 in theaters, you better buy the movie novelization and then read the movie novelization.
I would never fucking do that. But like, you know, we got a bunch of drive-ins around here.
I'm Vin Diesel. Have you ever been to a movie theater? Neither have I.
I got a private movie theater inside my house.
Yeah.
All I watch is Triple X and Riddick.
Have you ever seen the movie Triple X? I'm in that.
You know what? Actually, I messaged Anthony earlier and I said, I wanted to play Strive. But then I got my ass wrecked in Strive before I came here.
Yeah.
Because I'm ass at that game. And one loss drops you down a floor in the fucking tower. I'm Vin Diesel,
the only fighting game I ever play.
Killer Instinct.
I was gonna say, I fucking forgot the name of the one that's like the party fighting game by Capcom. What is that called? Power Fist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that is a Vin Diesel one.
Yeah.
But I was like, I messaged Anthony one time. I'm like, hey, you want to watch Triple X? And he was like, I don't know what the fuck that is. And I'm like, it's a movie.
Yeah, you said this last week.
I did?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to try and force him to watch it tonight.
Okay.
If he's still alive. He had a long day today. Yeah. I want to fucking watch that movie.
I'm Vin Diesel, and I can only come when I'm reading a Rob Liefeld comic book.
Because they looks like me.
It looks like me.
It looks like me in the early 2000s when I was wide.
I'm Vin Diesel, and I'm the only man to survive how many steroids I did.
Vin Diesel... Do you think he did steroids?
Of course he did.
That makes sense, actually. He doesn't look like the kind of guy who actually likes to work out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Vin Diesel, and I play Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm sure The Rock has done steroids at some point in his life, but I just choose to believe a man that spends 8 hours of his day awake in something he calls the Iron Sanctuary is naturally not naturally, has worked to be that huge.
Right, but he probably... honestly, because like you can't just take steroids and not work out and build muscle. You have to work
it's just
out.
That when you work,
it just
when
makes
you
it
take
faster.
steroids, it makes it faster.
Yeah.
So I think The Rock got to that size and now just maintains.
Yeah.
But where Vin Diesel has, oh man, he has like a very depressing like, I'm in these movies, you can't take me out of them anymore like you did in Fast and the Furious 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Because like Fast 1, he's not ripped. He's naturally ripped in that one. Like he's a big man, but he's not taking off. He actually does have a pretty nice ab shot.
Yeah.
But it's still
he probably
like,
took steroids for all those movies, man. He might still be taking them.
No, I don't think so now. I think he's just because he doesn't take his shirt off a lot. He's in tank tops a lot less. He wears jackets a lot more. I think if he does work out, it's very minimal just to make his arms look nice because he has a gut sometimes.
Hey everybody, I'm Vin Diesel.
I think Paul Walker got the best of it because like when he was alive, he was just like he looked the same. He never looked that ripped. He didn't even look ripped at all. He looked like a pretty normal dude.
What other funny Vin Diesel things do you have?
I'm in the Ark video games.
Hey everybody, I'm Vin Diesel, and I wasn't allowed to be in Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, so I had to be in the Ark video games.
Hey everybody, I'm Vin Diesel. They didn't want me in Expendables. I'm not old enough yet, but I am 54.
I'm Vin Diesel, and my name is Two Things Cars Have.
VIN numbers Diesel. My real name is Mark Sinclair. I named my son Vincent after I legally changed my name to Diesel, so he is the real Vin Diesel.
Hey everybody, I'm Vin Diesel, and one time I drank 1840s.
One time I went on I'm not even gonna do the voice anymore. One time I went on a talk show and was very, very aggressive to a female host, and it made Ian feel gross.
Yeah. I'm Vin Diesel, and every woman I fuck, I've choked her out.
Might be into that.
No, yeah, but choked her out. Out is the key word here.
Yeah, they might be into that.
No, that's beyond the kink.
What if Michelle Rodriguez is just like, knock my shit out?
When you pinch the sides. You don't. You can't.
I can't remember. I remember.
You can't pass out if you do this. It just hurts.
I used to listen to this like IGN back in like the dirty days of IGN
Yeah.
when it was Greg Miller and Brian Altano and.
I'm Vin
David
Diesel,
Hatfield.
and I do come sometimes.
They used to have this show called Knockin' Boots.
Yeah.
And I listened to it when I was much too young to listen to it.
Yeah.
And they had a porn star on one time.
Yeah.
And she was like, boys, if you're gonna choke, this is how you do it. And I can't remember the fucking design, like the ways to do it anymore.
Yeah, it's this. It's you go by the side. You can't choke somebody out. It just hurts.
It's not the hurt thing. They also, because they don't want the hurt, they also want the lack of oxygen. They want to actually feel it. They don't want you to be like, oh, this. They want like, ugh.
Right, but you want to push a little bit, but it's like
not a little bit.
Danger's sexy, but you don't want to hurt anybody.
Not a little bit sometimes. Mm-hmm. They want that shit.
But you can go fucking ham with the one-handed choke, and like they're not going to pass out. You don't want somebody to pass out.
It's very hard to actually pass someone out from choking.
It's pretty easy if you do it with both hands.
If you do it long enough.
Yeah, if you do it with both hands, then you can choke somebody out no problem at all. You just fucking choke them.
Yeah.
But if you do it with one hand, it's impossible to do it.
I feel like Kane from the WWE used to do it pretty well.
Hey, Vin Diesel. And one time, I cooked a woman and ate her.
Anyways, Loki's pretty cool. Can't wait for Vin Diesel to show up. I'm gonna drive a car through time.
I'm gonna drive a car in time.
I saw this dumbass shit actually.
Wait, was it last? Did I say it on the podcast where I was like, do you know what they should cross over Fast and Furious with is Back to the Future?
Yeah, you did.
Because cars.
Yeah.
They simply have both cars.
I saw this dumbass like comicbook.com article.
Yeah.
As they always are. Where it was like, a Fast and Furious 9 director says Fast and Furious 10 could see the returns of Hobbs and Shaw. And I'm like, really? The two-parter movie is going to have two of the most popular characters in the franchise? Are you going to do that? Fucking idiots.
Huh. No shit.
Like, the only reason why they're not in 8 is because they don't...
Newsweek.
Actually, no. Hobbs and Shaw are in 8, and they're fucking great in it.
Yeah. Newsweek Reports say that Fast and Furious 12 is going to feature Vin Diesel.
They said 10 was the last.
I thought they said 12 was the last.
And then they said they're going to do an 11, and it's going to be a 2-parter movie.
Okay.
I want it to be the last. I would like more Hobbs and Shaw. I want to see that female-led spinoff with the lingerie assassins from Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
I think this fucking...
Give David Lynch a fucking Fast and Furious.
This car-based...
That's what I want.
No. This car-based action... This universe with car character action.
Yeah.
I want to see more of it. I want to see crossover elements.
Should the Fast and Furious cartoon have crossed over with Cars?
No. Because the cars don't have... they're not...
But they can have the cars talk and people driving them. Or
Knight Rider.
Transformers.
Knight Rider.
Transformers.
No, you know what? That's what they're going to do.
Because Transformers, the Michael Bay movies, appeal to the exact same people that fucking Fast and Furious appeals to.
Incorrect. I don't give a shit about Transformers.
Right, but I'm saying fucking John Q. Driveway. The person...
I think you're right about initial Transformers, like the first Michael Bay Transformers.
Yeah.
Because it was like, look at this Camaro.
It's Cars.
We're focusing.
Do you want
to
do Cars? Do you want to do casual misogyny in every scene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, there's not a lot of car stuff, and that's more what Fast and the Furious guys are care. They don't care about the misogyny part. That's just a part of their daily lives.
That's just a bonus.
And it's an unintended. They don't even know it's a bonus. It's there, and they're like, ooh.
The misogyny is just there for fun.
That's why I want...
Just like for this podcast. Anyway, guys, it's 2 hours, 45-minute long podcast. Let's get the fuck out of here. All right, thanks so much for listening and or watching. You can watch video versions of this podcast on youtube.com/N8SComedy. If you want to follow me, I'm at The Media Hole on Twitter. I'm at The Media Hole on TikTok. I'm at twitch.tv/The Media Hole and www.whenyourballs.get stuck to your leg.tumblr.com. And if you want to follow Ian, he is at StrugglesV on everything. He recently came under fire for saying that, in fact, superheroes should never go down on women or men. Oral sex should be illegal, and that's cancelable. Anyway, thanks so much, guys. We'll see you next time.
You can have that one.